The what? I think there's one. There's one person.
Internet people.
It may actually just be Jared.
Genshi.
It's Genshi. Hi, Genshi.
for the win.
Oh my gosh. We're here. This is so crazy.
You're in the wrong seat.
Oh,
I am. I'm in the wrong place.
And then that's what Mark looks like.
Without a screen, I feel naked.
But you know, you
Do you
still look
wanna
like you
borrow-
have a rash.
Right, that never goes away. No. You can take the man away from the screen, but you can't take the rash from the neck.
It's true.
I've heard that often. So we're here starting season 2 of the Faceless D&D stream. Yeah. We've got old faces, old faceless
Very
faces,
Right?
new,
The oldest.
new faceless faces.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is going to be great. This is awesome, and we have new dice unopened in honor of a new campaign.
Those
These
aren't
from
new.
last-
You had those 2 weeks
I bought
ago.
them specifically for
And Mr.
this.
Rubago is here. Varys is just off camera doing some cool stuff tonight.
Yeah, we're going to
Chat
be
crew, which we talked about a little bit.
for chat crew. Yeah, let's precede this a little bit. So throughout the adventure tonight, we're going to have some points where the crew of the ship, the chat crew, are going to have their own objectives, their own missions. You guys are going to have your own things that you're going to try to accomplish, and these guys can't help you. They're not the heroes of the chat crew story. You guys are the heroes of the chat crew story.
We may not even be paying attention.
Yeah, it's true.
Believe it or not.
So stay active in chat. Watch out for these awesome chat crew moments that we're going to have, and they're going to impact the story. They're going to change the way the story goes tonight, which is going to be super exciting. And we're gonna run with that. We're gonna see throughout season 2. We're gonna see how far we can push you guys having your own story going on, parallel to these heroes.
Right. We'll see the real heroes. Right?
Could we introduce our 2 new people?
The
Actual version.
The actual
of
humans.
yes.
Players.
Before we get to the characters, you guys should introduce who you are and what you do here.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a programmer on our tech team.
Nice, well done.
And hi, I'm Jay. I'm just a letter, and I'm one of the gameplay animators.
Yeah.
We have our first engineer, which makes me, and actually our first real artist. So
Yeah.
we're branching.
Real artists,
We're branching
we're
out.
all artists here.
Thank you, Matt.
But not all of us are
That's
actually
actually-
talented at drawing anything or modeling anything or making content.
Or anything.
Or really anything.
Doing anything vaguely artistic.
Some of us are just good at telling other people what to do.
This is a good introduction to how we get things done here at Monolith.
Yeah. a primer.
Anyway, we've got some job openings.
If you're a senior engineer, please.
Right.
All right.
Don't walk.
So I think we're going to kick off. We're going to jump. Kick
us
off.
Kick us off.
I'm going to kick you off. So when we last left our heroes, they had just boarded the Siren airship and flown uncontrollably into the sky, chased by monsters from beyond their world. And when they looked behind them at the valley that they had always lived in, they realized that it was a floating rock in space. That the mountains that bordered their land, the sea that surrounded them, that was the end of the world. Not the known world, but the whole world. And beyond it was the empty night sky.
And the DM's apathy.
No, that is still with us, just as a character.
It's like a character.
I really wanted to do the Star Trek thing. I wanted to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So we can.
Does WB on that? No.
Right.
None of you work for CBS?
He
All right.
sung it poorly enough, it's okay.
We're not going to get a DMCA takedown yet.
So, first order of business, Captain Diedrich has turned to 3 of his most faithful crewmates and has said,
I'm going to be the DM.
I'm outing me.
has said, "This new vessel needs a name. This victory was not won alone. It was won together. The three of you should christen our new vessel." Christen's a problematic term. You probably
Is
wouldn't
it?
say christen.
Is it?
Yeah, you would
Christ-
you would need a
Christen.
Christ to
Yeah.
be
Oh,
christened.
we need an IP
Yeah,
friendly
so we need. Wait a minute. What's the
How about
god?
names?
Briolin.
Or Twolin?
Yeah,
We need
Twolin.
to- we need to-
That's what you do in forums when you're angry, so you just twirl them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need some good twolls over here to name this ship.
Uh-oh.
This is happening right now.
Use real time. This is happening right now,
This
Jack.
is going very well.
Yep.
I'm still recovering.
Oh.
Really, really.
Anybody in the chat crew?
Yeah, chat crew is in on this.
Name
That sounds
of the
amazing.
ship.
The Star
Gamble.
Gamble.
Oh,
Way
shit.
better than Shippy McShip.
That's really good, actually.
There you go. Done.
Yep.
The Star Gamble.
Accepted.
We
Star
had
Gambol.
So what you guys don't know is we basically let chat play this. We just hang out, drink tea, mock Mark,
Yeah, really.
which I'm planning on doing anyways.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we've got 2 mocking targets.
No,
No,
it's
it's just Mark.
It's
Okay.
Mark.
All right. I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
Yeah, because you would have seen stars at night.
Yeah, 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Do we know that they're actually giant flaming balls of hydrogen?
They're what
Probably not.
No, they are definitely teardrops of the gods. They always
Okay.
have been.
Right.
Still are.
Sure.
It's actually really concerning that they're all over the place now.
There's a
Yep.
lot of sad
All right, so after christening the Star Gamble, or twirling, you twirl the Star Gamble,
It's a twirler.
you fly on. Now, you might not remember this from last session, but it was kind of hairy getting this ship moving to start with. I think a member of chat crew had to, like, breathe lightning on the engine to make it start going.
Yeah.
You guys barely, like, got rations on board before you left, and, like, ammunition and weapons and stuff. So, as you're... and also, you've never navigated a ship like this.
Certainly not in space.
No, there's a small orb who you guys might meet later called Navigator, and Navigator has designated idol pilot,
Why?
and Navigator is really insistent that you take the helm.
Yep.
Really, just every morning insists on it. Idol pilot,
Oh my god, I know.
chart course idol
5 more minutes. Come on.
pilot the helm
Okay.
awaits.
Okay, fine.
And every day, you try to figure out how to make this thing go the way you want it to, but it's completely beyond what you've been able to discern. Like, sometimes you think you've moved the instruments in a way that had a predictable result, and then the next time you do the same thing, and the ship goes the other way.
Man, if only fucking Diedrich were here.
Diedrich is below decks, napping all the time.
That's what I want to do.
You just got a DM, apparently.
It's like,
So this goes on for several weeks. You guys have basically eaten through the rations on the ship, and Bruce is our cook, right, in the chat crew. Bruce, you do really just an amazing job of stretching out the food supplies on this ship. I think you had like a basket of snakes that you snuck on board.
Yeah.
Those snakes last a long time, but eventually the food's running thin.
Oh, and those boulets. Just the 2 baby
Oh,
boulets.
the baby boulets.
Yeah,
They
we're
can
gonna have
fucking
to
eat.
those.
This is
I think we've eaten.
You're
Okay.
starting.
Is the actual.
Where does your flash go?
This is where where we've gotten is the day that you guys have to decide if you're going to eat the baby boulets or not. It's not even a question, I guess. I thought that was going to be like a moral choice.
Not eating babies.
Not.
I vote we eat the
Oh,
pets.
yeah.
No.
There you go. Chat votes.
Pets.
Pets are gone.
You can't find them.
Hides is, yeah.
And to keep the ship moving, like, there have been twice the engine has just stopped for no discernible reason. You don't know what runs this thing, but when it's humming, the ship moves, and every time it stops humming, everything else stops.
Where are we going?
You're not even
Yeah,
sure.
that's
Then why don't we ask the fucking navigator?
The navigator doesn't know where you're going either. The navigator doesn't set the course.
Who sets the course?
Pilot. That's why navigator's bugging idle every
Well,
day. Set
where we're
course.
going,
set
Idle?
course,
We have-
pilot.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the case. Because that's just a void. That's just nothing out there. And I don't think I want to go too far that way unless I know that there's, places to stop and resupply.
And
This is deeply concerning.
Navigator also seems deeply concerned in its chipper voice.
Yeah.
Every couple of days it goes, "This is not great.
It's not.
We should have a better plan."
Yeah, why are we going this way?
That's my question.
I would say maybe we should turn back to the land.
No,
That-
it is demanded that we move forward.
Well-
It is demanded that the protocols are achieved.
Well, what are
I
the
think we have
protocols?
some conflicting desires here. Your desire to achieve the protocols, which I'm not really clear on, and our collective desire to survive, which I'm pretty on board with.
Protocol 1 has been completed. Protocol 2 is to establish safe harbor. That is aligned with your goal to survive.
Right, so let's turn this baby around and establish safe harbor back on solid ground where we know that there's food.
The Vild lacks the necessary components to establish safe harbor.
Oh my goodness.
The ship would fall into disrepair, and the protocols would be broken forever.
Okay.
Where can we go that has the necessary components for safe harbor?
Good question. Pilot, set course.
Okay.
Pilot doesn't know.
This is where I roll a dice, right?
Sure.
Just use the scatter table. Yeah, that's good.
Well,
Can we
let's
just
see.
tell it to, can we go to a plane? Can we just tell it, what plane do you want to go to?
I would love to go to the Feywilds now that you
Fucking
mention that.
Ask the goddamn thing to go to
Where's the Feywilds?
The Feywild is another plane of existence.
Yep. Know that.
It is where the Fey live.
Yep. Also know that.
It is wild.
Yes. Good. We're 3 for 3. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my survival check, which I get proficiency with because I'm using it for navigation
Perfect.
to figure out where the fuck we're going.
That is great.
I'm going to
That
give
is
you
wonderful.
inspiration because I never
Can
fucking
you
use
do
it
that?
anyways.
Can you give another person inspiration?
Yes.
You can also just assist.
I'm giving you
then I get
inspiration.
advantage. Okay.
Get advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. No, I want to use this one.
Okay, that's perfect. Oh,
That's
yours
pretty
is
good.
better.
Mine was better. Anyway, with proficiency. 22.
22. That's good enough in any town. Unfortunately, you're not in a town.
Oh.
No, we're gonna definitely use that to bridge the connection. But the problem is that it's taken you so long to figure out how to navigate by the stars and how to make this thing even move the way you want it to. Weeks have passed, and you've had to kind of cannibalize the ship to keep it moving.
I was gonna.
Not the people.
I mean, I did miss an opportunity to make a joke about eating Diedrich. Since he's just sleeping.
I'm still here. I'm still important.
Eat. The dragon man is plump.
Chat, do not vote on that.
Vote on it! You can even roll persuasion.
So some of the weapons that you guys knew worked when you fought off the creatures that were chasing you, they don't work now because you've taken parts out of them to keep the engine moving. Just like,
certainly they weren't overpowered or anything.
well, that metal bit looks like that metal bit. This one stopped working. Let's swap them, and things sort of kept humming in the way that means that the ship is moving. It's a lot of guesswork for you guys. I don't know what the fantasy equivalent of duct tape is. 50 feet of hempen rope. 50 feet of hempen rope is holding.
I think the
this ship
fancy
together.
equivalent is actually duct tape.
It's still duct tape.
Yeah. We're in a
It's
spaceship.
the mending cantrip.
Yes.
Which I think. Do I? No, I don't. Never mind.
Varys has it.
Oh,
Varys
good.
has it. Yeah. So Varys is still on the ship. So yeah, you were definitely doing some of our repairs. And chat crew, you've been responsible for some of this too. Just trying to keep this ship in the air. What are you in? You don't even know. It's terrifying.
Can you breathe?
Yes, they can breathe. There does seem to be some kind of atmosphere clinging to the ship.
Void
So I've been
protocol.
spending a lot of time listening to my Siren DnD player,
Mhm.
basically. And I feel like I need to explore this ship more. I've typically been the most successful at figuring out the controls of these weird Syrian artifacts in the past. Can
Absolutely.
I take a stab?
Yeah, let's do an Arcana check for that.
Alright. Well, that's not great. But it's still a 13 with my very large bonus.
Yeah, 13's pretty good. I'd say that definitely contributed to helping Idle figure out the mechanics of the helm. Like, now you guys, with a little bit of difficulty, can get the ship moving in the general direction you want it to go. You can't make precise movements yet, but between the two of you, you've kind of figured out the, like, okay, this is left, this is right, on Tuesdays, this is up.
I think it's port and starboard.
Not in space.
All
The stars are everywhere.
This ship should have been called the Starbird.
Ooh.
I like that. Yeah. Too late.
Star Gambol is still better.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so, but with your 22 survival check, what you managed to figure out is you've been trying to navigate by the stars. Like, can you find anything in the constellations? Can you find the Vild's equivalent of the North Star that you would have navigated by? But what you find instead, after a couple of days of studying the stars, is that there's an object that's been emitting some sort of diffuse light, but it's not close to the same distance as the stars. It's some kind of terrestrial object. It's
no moon.
It's right. It maybe moves closer to the way the moon would move at night than the stars do. So, given that that's the only thing you've got to work from, you start heading to it.
Opposite direction.
Yeah, just get out of well, good, because away from there is where these guys live. I've DM'd before. So let's do another survival check with another Arcana check to see if the two of you together can navigate to this object.
Left is like this. That's a 12.
Okay.
That's 23.
All right. So again, it's a lot of rough moves, but you basically get the ship moving towards this thing.
Pull the lever, Frank! Not that lever!
As this thing starts to come into view, at first you think what you're looking at is a mountain with its own reflection in water. It's some kind of pyramid-like shape, and then an inverted pyramid below it. But as you get closer, as it starts
In space?
in space,
So you guys know Roger Dean album cover. It's like, yes.
yes.
It's a real journey shit right here.
Exactly. It's real 80s shit right now.
So anyway, you rush towards it. And you
Just keep going.
you see it start to come into focus as you get closer, and you realize that while the bottom is some kind of upside down mountain, like a rocky shape that descends into a point, the pyramid of the top is not made of rock, but made of stone buildings, stone towers, built so tightly together that from a distance they look like one object. But as you get closer, you can see that they're individual stone towers. And closer to the edge, the stone towers are smaller. But towards the center, the stone towers grow to hundreds of feet tall, taller than any structure you've ever seen. It's a city more densely packed than you've ever imagined, nestled on top of a mountain.
In space.
In space.
In space.
This is some junior high school accent drawn to I just read Dune.
I just watched Dune.
Here's my fanfic.
I think you just told the pilot that there's a stone temple involved.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the table, man.
At least somebody's landed something.
So the next step is navigator tells you, we must dock. I've located a Siren dock port. Would you like to approach?
Yes?
What else are we gonna do?
I have
We could go
highlighted
someplace. We could just go someplace else and just really put him on the spot.
Do it. Get out of here. I have highlighted it for you, and what you see now is lights appear, almost like fairy creatures have left a spell in the air around the ship. And from where the two of you stand at the helm, there's a circle outlining. You can see, sticking out of the side of the mountain below the city, a small metal beam.
Let's go.
All right, let's do one more combined check for you guys.
I'm pretty sure this is left.
Still not.
Better than last
So
time.
13 again.
Better to get the low rolls now.
Okay, well, it's a little bit cocked, but
I think that's
it's
that's
another
Perfectly
18.
not cocked.
that's a roll.
It's fine.
That's fine.
All right. So again, it's rough, but you get in there. You really like the last move is one of those like halting slams of a ship against a dock. Like the whole ship shudders and everything not tied down falls over, including the people. But you've done it, and you can see the chat crew. There's spots where ropes fall out of previously hidden ports along the side of the ship, like they know that they're ready to be tied off. And there are places that you guys can easily run around and tie the ship off to the port.
We do that.
Wonderful.
Perfect. I'm not rolling.
You know, don't roll.
All right, good.
So, Diedrich wakes from his nap and comes aboard and goes, "Ah, land! Wonderful. Good job, crew. I knew you could do it. That's why I left it in your hands entirely."
We almost killed you for food.
Ah,
Thanks.
I expected nothing less of my cutthroat pirate crew. Anyway, the three of you should go find out where we are.
I'm already walking
Yeah.
into town.
Follow Frunk.
Okay.
Make sure he's not
Yep.
gonna die.
Yep. Okay. Following
great.
Frunk.
The rest of you crew, this ship is in horrible shape. We need to get it repaired. So, this is our first chat crew challenge. So, there are broken parts of this ship all over. The sails have been pushed beyond their limits. The engine is barely running. The weapons were purposefully disabled to fix the engine. So, you guys have got a challenge. First, you've got to figure out how these systems work. So we need some members of chat crew just examining the Siren technology and seeing if you can figure it out. Tear the ship apart and build it again. I like your initiative. And the other thing you need to do is repair those three things. Repair the sails, repair the engine, repair the weapons. So figure them out, get them fixed. Or take this time to do what you want to do. If you've got another goal, like tear the ship apart for spare parts. You guys can set your own goals, and chat DM over here, Jared Rabago, is going to figure out how to make it work. So he's going to take care of you guys while the Faceless go off on their adventure. Good luck.
Sweet. Faceless.
That's the
That's
name
the
of our band, man.
I'm going to ask them in
Faceless.
character in a minute.
Yes. A really good reason.
Whoa, spoilers.
So,
9 p.m. You guys haven't said a word.
Three still there.
9 p.m.
That's
next week.
the- great.
Still
The
crickets.
ultimate Chekhov's gun. She's able to sit there. We talk all the time.
for 2 months.
Yeah, for 2 months.
When Matt and Jay and Mark show in October, it's
That would be awesome.
I really thought you guys were going to go to the other planet. I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
I don't think I can. It's up to you. It was your story.
buy some jetpacks to get to this planet.
So the place that you've docked is in the mountain far below the city. And this does just seem like rocky growth. Like it's upside down, but it's a mountain as far as you can tell. And this metal beam that you saw is a catwalk that extends out from underneath the mountain and goes into a deep cave structure. So the three of you enter this cave. What's your party? How are you moving? Who's at the front? Who's scouting?
Do we need to scout? Do you feel like we need to scout?
So I've just been walking
Not
confidently.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
Yeah,
sort
that
of the
sounds like
thing.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there- yeah, I mean, if it's wide enough, I assume we're probably just all walking at the same sort of pace.
It's actually interesting. The catwalk here the caves are tall, and you remember the statues of the Sirens. They were tall creatures. So it makes sense that if this is a Siren location, that the caves are pretty big, but all the catwalks are built single file. Like, moving past each other, you could. It's not like you're tightly packed in, but it's not comfortable to walk side
Do I
by
go
side.
in the middle?
Sure.
All right. Then I'm in back.
Okay, so I have a thought before we proceed, which is that we did find this helm of comprehend languages before. Somebody should probably wear that, because who knows what language they speak here.
Sure, I can wear it.
You should wear it.
guess.
Yep, nope, that's you.
All right.
You get to wear it.
Does it actually change the
I didn't
my armor
charm them.
class?
I don't think so.
It's a
My
helm.
last
It's a
gift
helm.
to you.
I think maybe it just replaces the helm that
Is it
you
like
would
the-
normally be wearing. I don't know how this works.
Is it like the bandana of comprehend languages?
It
That
could
way Does it
be.
change my armor class?
It could be.
It's made out of tinfoil. It just makes you think that you understand secret messages.
But they can't understand you.
It makes you hear the secret message.
Right.
Yeah, right.
No one can comprehend. All right.
You might want to
All right,
note that down. And
One bandana of comprehend languages.
whatever.
So, three of you, where you've been exploring, you hear footsteps approaching.
And we're all together, right?
The three, yeah. So we
just
we
dot,
picked
dot,
up-
dot. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little. They had got their little meeting together off screen, but we're gonna get you introduced. But yeah, the three of you together, you've been exploring together. You hear footsteps approaching.
I'm gonna be like, get ready for an ambush. Go hide somewhere. I'll
Right.
stand in the middle.
All right. Yeah.
I've got an idea. So we should just tell them. Never mind. I like your idea. Let's do that. Yeah,
Go hide. I'll
yeah,
hide.
I'm hiding.
two of you
I'm
are
hiding.
hiding.
You
All
two
right.
hide, and I'll stand in the
Yes.
middle.
Let's get some stealth checks.
So,
Yeah.
this is. But I could actually cast, and might very
Oh.
well, Magical Darkness.
You can.
Which nobody can see through, not even with dark vision.
Yeah.
And
Somebody
so-
knows we all have dark vision.
Well, who doesn't these days?
From the ship, Diedrich goes, "Justice!"
If possible, I move away from my companions more than 15 feet and cast it on myself. So
Sure.
15-foot radius.
You guys are
I am the
similarly
darkness.
you're similarly on these sort of catwalks going through this cave network, but they branch and spiderweb a bit as you've been exploring. So you can sort of find a side cave and make it all dark for yourself.
Cool.
And you're just hiding.
I'm gonna hide with him.
Hide with him in the darkness.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Can't see
let's still get stealth checks, but we'll take the darkness into account.
Let us do it.
And you're
What does
just
it look like
I'm
to
just
see a
standing
pocket
in
of
the
darkness
middle.
appear?
Is that weird? Well, it's darkness within darkness.
They're-
You don't
they're
even
gonna-
know it's darkness, man. That's the
What
They're
is
gonna
thing.
be
Is it-
slightly ahead of me, right?
you want to be
Yeah.
standing. You want to be standing back from where
Yes,
they're.
but in visible range.
Sure.
14.
Okay.
That is a 13 plus my dex plus my proficiency, so that is a 19.
So the three of you round a corner, and what you see ahead of you is like a cross junction of the catwalks. You've seen some of these offshoots before. Goes straight ahead, and there's also a place in front of you where it crosses in both directions. But past that junction, standing, plain as day, in the middle of the catwalk is. Describe yourself. What do they see?
You see a person completely white with white eyes, no pupils, white dreads,
That
And-
dude is dead. There's a zombie over there.
and I'm wearing.
Space zombie.
I'm
Ask
smiling.
the paladin.
You know
If I
zombie-
smote things, I would be smiting the space
I
zombie.
have nice clothes on though. It's not all
Yeah.
torn up.
Well dressed.
But I'm not like that though. I'm like that. And I say plain and common, hello.
Hello?
Space zombie.
Come
I'm
out.
in the back.
I don't
It
think
could be a space lich.
Are you a space zombie?
Space zombie.
What?
I don't know. He keeps shouting it.
Space zombie.
No.
That sounded.
Okay,
Sounded-
there's your answer.
Good
Okay.
done.
Not
I
as
can roll
awesome.
deception.
I think
So-
we're fine.
So one thing that's important is what you see.
Yes.
So why don't you guys give them a quick physical description of what you all.
What can they see? Because we're in single file.
Yeah.
So all they see is a fucking goth half orc taking
Sure.
up the entire thing. And some people are like, eh.
Single file.
Oh,
so
I
they
also
can't get your
forgot to
number.
mention, you see no weapons on me, just literally a giant book on my side.
A book?
Yes.
We're very bookish live.
Mhm.
So I'm just a big, strong, much smarter than he looks half orc with a chip on his shoulder. Looks basically like Henry Rollins.
All right.
Guys, how do you know you're smarter than you look? So we knew that. Can we tell? Is there just something about you?
He's wearing glasses.
Tiny little.
For some reason, he has
He
just
doesn't look smart at all, so he must be.
Yeah, he must be smarter.
You can tell that I'm judging you for judging me. That's the point.
So what's interesting about this is for where you come from, you've seen humans, you've seen orcs. You can't tell which of those he is.
That's interesting. What
And
are
you
you?
guys have obviously never seen someone who looks like a space zombie.
I have.
Yeah,
It's a space
this is-
zombie.
sorry, before.
What's your deal, not
I've not
space
seen them
zombie?
in real life.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
I should be asking you the same question. What are you doing down here?
We just got
We
here.
just got here.
We had a really ridiculous ship, and I have no idea where we are. Hi.
Wait, hold up. You just got here from outside?
Yeah. It was a ship, space zombie. It was
From
a ship.
somewhere.
The smart space zombie.
Yep.
No.
Okay,
Is this bordering on
Jabbar.
racism now? What's
I can't condone it.
Racist. First off, I'm not a space zombie. I choose to change my form into how you look.
Oh, you look
Oh,
like me
you're,
now?
Oh,
you're not
shit.
saying that out loud. You now look
I
like him.
am doing it.
Okay.
It's a shape-shifting space zombies. They're the worst.
No, calm down. This is awesome.
I need to smite it. I don't even know how to smite.
No smiting. No smiting. It's gonna be fine.
I'm not undead.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
What are you?
I am a changeling. What are you?
I'm a frunk.
That's
And a really good, he's a really good frog. He's the best one I've ever
Oh my
One
known.
god.
of the top frunks.
One of the best frogs. We've got top frogs on it.
I'm going to telepathically talk to you.
What's going
What
on?
do you think about? I see a frog.
What are they doing in the pyramids?
This is me on frog.
I don't know
What
what's
is that
going
other
on.
one with the brown hair? What's that stuff all over that guy's body? What is he holding? It's crazy.
It's
What is that
shining.
shit? These guys are blowing my mind. Let's talk with them. Okay.
Jack,
Still
can you-
darkness.
Can you hear them whisper?
Oh, so yes, that's stage whisper. That's what we like to call that. What is it? Voce, what's stage whisper?
Sotto voce.
Sotto voce.
Yeah.
That's what is that? That's Italian. I don't even know what's going on.
You know, in reality, like, I'm telepathically talking to him, all you hear is whispers coming my way.
Oh my god.
Wait, it's a one-way thing.
Yeah, it's a
right?
one-way
I'm gonna drop the darkness now.
It was a two-way ring.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a one-way thing. I'm talking to him, and then you hear whispers.
Okay,
Not,
so
not
that's...
weirder than what is already
Yeah.
happening.
Okay.
I would like to drop the darkness.
Yep.
And then I'm like, declare yourselves, you weird people. What with this, and the.
So are you breaking cover or are you
Oh,
trying
well,
to
he,
stay?
if I drop the
darkness,
darkness-
I crouch down,
Okay.
and now you clearly see a goblin wearing a dark hood crouching down next to this guy.
Yes. And yes, you see a lithe, bald man, maybe around 5'8", trim, adroit.
I like how you're checking with me like, how
Is
trim
that
am
is
I?
that is, well? That's the thing. Am I really 5'8"? That's what the doctor said. No, wrap this with a leatherish material, dark.
Leather? Like
Somewhat.
fake leather?
Well, that's the thing. Is like might not be the leather you're used to. Maybe
It's like
it could
mushrooms.
be Corinthian leather for instance. And then you see, most strikingly, around my waist, a large chain that looks like it's made out of glass, maybe, not metal, which is odd. And then a large curved lamp that just kind of hangs conspicuously down very close to where my friend has his tome as well.
So these two have appeared on one of those little cross paths that were between you and the space zombie.
Right.
This is the restricted zone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be here.
Well, you didn't put up any signs saying it's restricted.
It's
How are we
it's
supposed to
not
know?
Clown card action is going on. Where do you guys come from?
It's
They
not
just,
our
like,
restricted
pop
zone.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where are we? Where are you?
We're in the city.
I'm right here.
What
What
is the city?
What do you mean, what is the city? It's where we're all born.
We
It's
flew
where
here on
live.
a spaceship.
What is
Oh, Dalros, great hell. Come on now. That's
Yeah.
not true.
I mean, it's right.
We have an
the
entire
ship's
chat.
right there. Where else would we have come from?
Can we
I
see
mean, it
the
might not
ship
be there
real
anymore.
quick?
They may have disassembled it.
Did you guys want a chat update?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys can't see the ship from where you are, but I'd love to know what.
Yes.
Okay. So, two people have had their purses stolen and had to chase after pickpockets.
Oh my god.
on the ship?
No, they left the ship to try to go buy for sales and buy for weapons, but both of them got their wallets stolen and had to go back. I just pulled Genshi back from cutting off one of the hands of the people because he's
Okay.
trying to do some justice. Bruce is doing great. He's purchased a bunch of three-headed snakes,
Okay.
and he's been doing really well. Nobody's stolen anything from him. And so we still haven't fixed anything except gotten food.
Okay. So if you guys are looking for food down in the mountains, there's a bunch of mushroom farms. Maybe they could rob a mushroom farm.
Oh, that's,
Anyway.
we still
Or
haven't
they
reloaded
could
anything else or fixed
buy-
the boat.
That'll be fine.
They could legally.
Oh yeah, and the sales
Purchase.
caught on fire.
Oh god.
We put it out quickly though.
That's the opposite of repairs, you
Yeah,
guys.
they put it out quickly.
That's backwards.
I love it. I love it. No shipping in return.
So at this point, it's pretty clear that they at least are not city guards.
No, they don't wear the city guard uniforms, and you've really never seen people quite like them.
Yeah, so I uncurl and introduce myself. Hi.
Hi.
I.
Yeah. I'm Glamson Dandendorf.
Absent.
Glamson
Is
Dandendorf.
there a shorter
Love it.
version of that you
You
go
can
by,
call me
or-
Glamson.
Glamson. Okay.
I'll stick with Glams and Dandendorf.
And I'm Zin.
Well,
Is that it?
Just Zin
That's it.
for now.
That's it.
like
We're not friends
like
enough to know.
Zinfandel
What's
or
the zombie's name?
My name is Nix. Also, I'm not a zombie.
He's not a zombie.
He's not a zombie.
Nix. Okay.
Nix.
Don't look at me, man.
I'm not looking at anyone.
Well,
I'm
know,
responsible
I-
for everything except this.
I'm
Right.
gonna go ahead and just look like you now.
That's fine. You can also look like my
that's
shield.
Right. Describe your shield.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
So I you should just you're next in line.
Yeah.
You just-
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Yeah, right. So I am a small, shiny elf with brown hair and lots of silver jewelry and really elegant outfits.
So worth noting, you guys have never seen an elf before.
Oh,
So
wow. All
This
right.
is, as far as you can tell, this is a really small human with pointy ears. That's new.
And
is-
draped
and
in
really
in,
well dressed.
like metal
Yeah.
stuff,
Right.
right? Like all kinds of crazy metal stuff, and you're sheathed, or you at least have a metal breastplate and a metal shield. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how tall are you? I'm 6'1" or 6'2". Yeah, you're probably.
Worth
Yeah.
noting, these
You're
guys
like
carry very little in the way of metal armor or metal weapons.
I'm in.
What's the catwalk we're on made of?
Metal.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they know metal.
So, all right. I was going by the DM's notes.
Yeah,
Metal's unheard of.
Right. But in this...
Oh, so this was mind blowing in and of itself.
Yes.
You're wearing the same shit that this is made out of.
Where'd you get all that?
Did you just come up out of the
I
thing?
bought it.
Okay, I need to see.
Yeah.
I need to see the ship you're talking about.
I need to see the store you bought that at.
Who
Okay.
are you guys?
Who are
Also,
you
I love
guys?
the clothes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna
This is
pick
the
up
finest clothes I can find.
You
I
know,
know,
that's
right?
something we can work on.
I'm gonna throw a small pebble at your flash, just a small one, against your breastplate, so it can go ting.
Tinks.
It's like a sound you've never heard before.
Did you hear that?
And then I cast prestidigitation to make a little, just like weird random explosion happen right where the pebble hit.
Whoa!
Whoa!
kind of pebble was that?
Soundmaster, teach me.
I think all of us assumed prestidigitation, though. We saw what was going on. But we're like, we admire your showmanship.
Yes, that's true. You seem like a showman.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Where are we?
So this gets interrupted. This conversation can go no further at this moment.
No,
because
we can keep going all night.
it definitely could. It definitely could.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
To the detriment of viewers, everybody.
They're off doing their own thing. They're destroying the ship.
Right.
They care what we're doing.
It's called your new home.
Right.
What is going on? I'm just checking in chat. The first thing I see is add permitted term prostitutes.
Bruce got lost on the way looking for the mushrooms. He wandered down the wrong alleyway.
There's a lot more
Okay.
to this floating mountain.
Okay, and they're getting a lot more done.
Guys, I don't know what Rabago's part of this mountain is like, but it's much more fun than mine.
Bruce found it. It wasn't me. He found it. He walked on in, and then they were very polite and gave him good directions, and he's now on his way.
Very
Dynamite.
nice.
They're gonna
Very
eventually.
nice.
You'll be the.
We haven't done anything yet, but we'll see.
Okay, so you guys are still at this like cross junction, but you hear footsteps coming, and they're echoing down. It seems like every cave. You three know these footsteps.
Yeah.
Even against the uncanny metal,
Mm-hmm.
you know the regimented steps of the city guard.
Oh, okay.
And they're closing in, and they're blowing their whistles.
Oh, that's
that's
not
not
good.
good.
Whistles.
Can I roll perception to see if I can tell what direction they're coming
Go
from?
for it.
I know city guards.
Yay, that's 21.
You're pretty sure they're coming. They're pincering you from back the way you came and directly across from it. So those two cross sections might be going down the sides. Might be a good way to go, unless you want to try to find them.
I don't even know where we're at. All of
Let's
this
do
is
this. Should we?
Yeah.
Let's try to avoid these guys.
Yeah.
Why?
Wherever we are, we want to
They sound
not
like
be
the
here.
law.
They might be the law.
They are the law.
Consider that the
Yeah,
law
yeah.
might not be happy with us if we're here in a restricted area.
Yeah,
We can talk them out of it.
This is not great law. This is like law you run from.
I'm with you. I like these guys. Let's.
My shield actually raises one eyebrow
Right.
at you.
Try to raise one back.
Yeah.
You're almost sure. You can't tell for sure, but you thought you heard your shield go, huh? But you weren't quite sure. Like you've never heard it make a sound before.
Perfect.
Did you say that? You weren't sure.
No. All right. Yeah.
Quickly, draw your sword I see on your back and let's get out
That
of here.
sword does
We
not
do-
get drawn.
Let's not.
That looks like
dude
a
is
dynamite sword.
motherfucker.
What is your character doing saying dynamite? Have you seen dynamite?
I've
before?
seen it. Well, I've seen things like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course I have.
Right.
You know, yeah.
That's just the local term for a thing that explodes.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Fireballs? That's
Yeah.
dynamite.
That's dynamite.
I'm just gonna try and usher everyone down one of these side streets that has been pointed out as one way we could evade
Yeah, let's
the
get to the
guards. Like,
forest.
let's go.
Yeah.
There's a forest.
The forest.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
right down this.
Yeah. Oh, you've got to see this grove. It's amazing.
okay, let's go. Let's take a look at it now.
Okay.
I don't
So,
trust this.
are you guys trying to move quickly or
Society
quietly?
looks like you. It's fine.
Quietly.
I don't move quietly.
Oh
But
boy.
which are you trying to do?
I wouldn't even try to move
Okay.
quietly. Doesn't make any sense.
I think quickly is
Alright.
definitely the answer here.
Okay.
Quickly?
Quickly.
All right.
I recommend.
We're going quickly.
All right.
Labs and damage.
Well, let's do we'll call this a covered survival roll. Everybody roll survival to see how well you navigate as a group,
Oh,
but
no.
only 3 of you need to pass this.
Navigate.
Oh,
you
well,
say.
that's good because I rolled 3.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
I got 18 altogether.
All right, we got an 18. That's 1 pass.
10.
Not a pass.
13.
13's a pass.
Also 13.
We got 3 passes. All right, you guys. So you know the area, and Jaflash and Idle. You know how the guards operate from one side or the other. So at a couple of key turns, you help navigate the group in the right way to gain some distance, and you go past where the metal catwalks were, and into a stone cavern, and you come out to what this group seemed to have been describing as the forest. It's not a forest as you guys know it. This is just a place with some abnormally large mushrooms. This is a cavern with some bigger mushrooms than you're used to,
Okay.
growing just about everywhere.
So where's the forest?
Oh, it's here.
This is the forest.
Oh, this
Can you
is.
smell it?
It smells beautiful.
I smell.
This place sucks.
Oh
fungus.
no! Especially in the early eve. This is beautiful time.
Can you eat
Smells
this
so good. Oh,
stuff?
what
or
else do you eat?
Yeah, it's the best.
Lots of things.
Shrimp stew, shrimp marmalade,
Those things are all good except for the marmalade part.
jam,
Yeah, I know what that is. Just
shrimp steaks,
Shri-
shrimps, shrooms on the Barbie. No,
Shrooms.
you've
You
never
were saying shrooms. not
Shrooms, yeah.
Oh.
Shrooms. I went to the
Hearing-
Forrest Gump area.
Shrimp is their
Shrimp
worst.
gumbo.
That's the word. That's the small mushroom.
To be
Shroom gumbo.
to be fair,
shroom-
you could grow shrimps in tanks. Like that is a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
As far as you guys know,
Sure.
shrimp's just
Yeah, shrimp
small.
is just a small mushroom.
Yeah.
Pretty much anywhere.
Those are delicious
Yeah.
too. I won't lie.
Why?
Yeah.
Like we always grow
Take a bite of
shrimps
whatever
and
the nearest one
tanks.
is.
Give me a constitution.
Take it home.
We say too late.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
You'd normally want to cook that, but it's okay. Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay.
It's even better when it's heated.
That makes sense.
But again, you hear the whistles.
Hey, where do we go?
What is the deal? Can somebody explain what's going on?
Well, we're in a forbidden area underneath the towers, so we can say that for sure. And then we go way back. The three of us.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah, way. I mean, way back there is what.
5 minutes.
Yeah, we're from way back there. So, and now we're all turned around. But if those whistles catch us, we'll probably all die.
Who are they?
Well, the guards, of course.
People who want to kill you because you went in there.
Yeah.
When and where?
Oh, you never go
Restricted
into.
area.
Yeah, restricted
Authorized
area.
personnel only, unless you've got a reason to be there.
Didn't you see the sign?
No.
No.
What are you from beyond the drop or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't bring Navigator, right? You left.
What?
Oh, Navigator is
Navigator's-
definitely with you.
Yeah, Navigator just comes with me.
Yeah.
Does Navigator he have any clue as to can you ask him what
I
the
don't
fuck
think the
these
Navigator
idiots are
has
talking
I
about?
don't think the Navigator has a gender.
It's gender neutral.
So I don't.
But you could ask
Can
them
you
something.
So
ask
I don't
it?
just have like a metal floating orb over their shoulder
So-
that none of us have noticed.
So it's
Maybe.
not currently floating. It is capable of floating, but all you've seen it do is roll around on the floor behind them. It's like rolled.
I mean,
Wait,
it
there's
could
a
also
little
be in my
ball.
backpack
But there's
or
a little
something.
ball.
Would you
Yeah.
keep it in your backpack or
Probably.
would you keep it
It's
out?
Okay,
been
in my
it's,
backpack.
it's been in their backpack.
Then you haven't seen it.
Okay.
All
I was
right.
gonna say if I saw something rolling around, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some football with it.
Or, I'm just going to throw this out here. We could fight
Like,
Together.
we could fight,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
like
I mean,
we
yeah,
fight
of
you.
course.
No,
You're
you can.
We're
you
right
can
behind
join
you.
us. We
Yeah.
can be one flock.
Oh, we together fight the people
The
who are
guards?
chasing after
They're
us.
chasing
We're not
us.
fighting guards.
We definitely can't take them, but
That's
you
not how
guys
it
look
Guards,
tough.
but what are they guarding, really? You know what I
That's a
mean?
good
That's a
question.
great
What
word.
are they
That's-
Are
guarding?
they
Yes.
guarding a garden? Is it no? This is not. It's a grove. We're fine.
It's forest mushrooms.
Yeah.
What? I'm really confused right now.
We'll give you a tour of the city once we survive this place.
Okay, let's survive it then. Let's focus on that part. And
Are you guys from the city? Is that
Yes.
where-
Yeah.
okay, can we go there?
Oh yeah, we know that place way better than here.
What are
Okay.
you doing down here?
We're looking for things.
Wow, that's real sketchy, you guys. That was real sketchy.
What
How to
if
build
we were
trust in a party.
what if just hear me out here.
Mm-hmm.
What if we were to tie you guys up and hand you over to the cops?
Oh, they would
There's
reward
a
you
good
very
idea.
handsomely and then kill you.
I
So
don't think
at,
they would.
at
Okay,
that,
cool.
at that, you hear someone say, "We would indeed."
Oh.
You turn,
You would indeed what?
reward you handsomely. As
The killing
as the
part,
goblin
they
said.
kill you afterwards.
And then kill.
Kind of ruined my entrance with the follow-up question.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He's really good at
I
that.
ruin a lot of stuff.
We're
He
gonna
does.
take that out of the rule.
Take the sword, for instance.
He's got a sword.
I did not.
Oh,
It's a
So-
figure of speech. From
So
where I
what
am.
you see is a man wearing...
on your fingers. Take this sword!
Please! A man wearing a beautiful white coat that runs down all the way down to the floor. And he's carrying a very fine sword and a small crossbow. Now, you guys know that kind of weaponry, he's a captain of the guard.
Oh.
This guy's high ranked. And he's got with him about a dozen humanoids in matching uniforms that you would assume are the city guard, that you know are the city guard.
Yeah.
This is hard. Why would I choose to do this? Oh my gosh.
It'll get better soon.
No, it's getting worse. I've got my notes. It's worse.
You know this. You guys don't know it. Okay. Seems legit.
I'm literally about to do it again. So you would see that the guards are, some of them appear human, probably human from what you'd guess, though some of the humans have this pale blue skin that you've never seen on a human before. And you also see wearing city guards
they're
uniforms.
like asphyxiated humans.
No,
they're like having a hard time breathing.
maybe.
The Heimlich?
Are they zombies?
You should offer that to them.
Right.
But also amongst the city guard are goblins and orcs. Something that would be totally unheard of in the Vild, where goblins and orcs are lesser races. Vild? Veiled?
The Vild's
The
failed.
Vlad. In the Valide.
Yeah, right. Yeah, these Vild.
I'm sort of doing like a jaw dropping, like, what is going on here moment?
You're about to die.
I don't think so.
It's not.
Alright, well,
Right, okay.
yeah.
So you are all guilty of being found in a forbidden area.
What
What do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, first of all, my name is Idle. It's very nice to meet you.
You may lower your hand.
Okay, whatever. I mean, take it or leave it.
I am Captain Remy of the City Guard.
Again, very nice to meet you. So, we...
Yeah, we're slowly like
Yeah,
inching
this
backwards
is,
into the shadow.
Yeah.
The shadow trio.
You feel against your back that you've backed into a set of spears.
I found one.
So we just got here. We are very lost. We really just want to know where we have ended up.
What do you mean you just got
I
here?
mean that we just got here like 5 minutes ago. We landed down that way.
You landed, you fell?
We landed our ship. Like,
Your ship fell.
our ship, well, it flew. Technically.
For the brief moment while it was falling. That could be described as flying.
I mean, you could
If you're an
read
optimist.
it. You could read it that way and say that we've been falling for the last 3 weeks, but really we were flying under the ship's own power. We landed here. We don't know where we are. All we would like to know is where we are, and
This is why we followed them in here, Captain. They're crazy. Who knows what they could do?
how to get somewhere where we maybe can get some lunch and a map.
I'm so sorry, but my friend has hit her head, and we're trying to get her to...
You were
We don't even know these
Under-
people.
undercutting me just a little bit.
So what we're going to do is that's going to be a persuasion and that's going to be a deception.
Oh boy.
I'm assisting this.
Are you trained in deception?
I am super trained in
Perfect.
deception. I got 8.
Yeah. So for
I also
Okay.
actually...
Still
deception's
14.
charisma based.
Mhm.
You're probably better at deceiving than I am. Yeah.
yeah, so you don't have to roll if you're assisting, you just give him advantage.
Yeah, cool.
But describe how you're assisting. So he told the story of they hit their head. What are you adding to that to...
It was from the fall that they were talking about.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Tying it all together.
Yeah.
Alright, so your persuasion was a...
14.
Okay.
18.
Shit.
So Remy motions for some of his guards to keep their spears and short bows pointed at the three of you. He comes over to talk to you. Tell me more about your friends.
Well, have you seen all that stuff on them? It looks like this thing beneath our feet. I mean, that's a little suspicious, don't you think?
It's clearly contraband.
I would think so. Perhaps I should collect it.
But if they're your friends, then you would be a party to their thievery.
Well, I wouldn't say a party to. Who said they were our friends?
Oh, you did.
They obtained it through legal means.
Yes.
Oh,
Better.
What legal means?
They
Disadvantage. What legal means would those be?
You are not well versed in your nobility, are you?
Nobility.
I quickly get out a piece of paper and a pen.
To what house do they belong?
I know my character well. I always know some houses. No, I'm gonna mention hopefully one of them that they won't know.
What
Sure.
house do we belong to?
Go ahead and make up a name for it.
Yeah. Karn.
House Karn.
Yes.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
If one of the goblins or one of the
Quick,
soldiers,
let me use your shield to write on.
keeping me at spirit point as a goblin,
no.
I'll
15.
lean and go.
You a slave?
What?
Are you their slave?
What? No. This is well-respected work. How dare you?
Right on.
Show me your hands.
You're big, right?
Mage hands, mage hands.
I pop mage
And
hand up next
I
to
also
them.
give him mage hands.
You have too many hands. That's against regulations. Please return to the regulation number of hands.
Mage hand disappears.
Alright, have that deception check. 15 with disadvantage? I guess that's your thing, huh?
It is. Remember, I'm all
Yeah,
about talking people.
Oh, last thing you said you turned into was him.
Oh no! I'm back to
You're
my
back.
normal
You're
self.
back to your.
Yeah,
you're
God.
clearly a change.
Well, actually, I'm in my alternate self.
what's
I'm a human.
You're human right now.
I'm human.
Okay.
My name's Soul.
Right. Your soul persona.
He's no longer a zombie.
No, he looks like a human right now.
yeah, that was just an illusion.
Yeah.
He's totally.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just gonna check in because I don't know. This might matter in a moment. How are repairs going?
So
All right, that's enough.
So we have food-wise very well stocked.
Great.
Grace has been incredibly successful. It almost sounds like he's like in Italy, just touring around finding farms and chickens and
Oh my
wines.
God.
And
Oh yeah, there's no chickens here. Those are all
Yeah, it's on
mushrooms.
Allstar's.
well, he found something like a chicken. And
Yeah,
he's put
it's
them
a-
across from
it-
the snake.
It's textured protein.
They're
Yeah, texture protein.
It was
Yeah.
called Hen of the Forest.
It's a type of mushroom that grows feathers.
Oh, so that's been going on. We've collected some sail, and we've also collected ammo. We're trying to stress the sails correctly right now, but we need a mechanic to fix some of the extra damage we already did to the ship.
Oh yeah.
And we're also trying to now refuel the ship.
All right. Well, this is going to be parallel action. We might be moving on to challenge number 2 shortly.
No.
So if repairs are not finished by then in real time, that's just the way it is. That's just how you guys are going to be caught. So let's see
Okay.
what happens.
Right.
All right. This is
I'm excited.
interesting. Yeah.
So, Captain, I believe if you take a look at this document, you will find that it is authorization from House Karn for us to be down here. I am rolling my forgery check right
do
now.
Oh, I can forge.
Okay, so that's, let's see, it's, fuck, I forgot all my numbers, what it is. It's int with my efficiency bonus twice, so it's pretty good. That's a 19.
Yeah.
Plus 4, plus 3, plus 3. So, 19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay. One small problem with this.
Uh-huh.
You just handed him a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What is that?
You're right. That's a good call.
What is this?
It's our authorization to be here. As you will see, it's
Why is
signed.
this tablet so thin?
It's like the skin of a Trothic.
Don't you know what House Karn does? We specialize in making extremely thin, foldable tablets.
Deception check.
Oh no.
Wow.
27!
Oh, my apologies. My apologies to you all. Please, if we may, my guard battalion and I would be honored to escort the scions of House Karn back to the surface.
Absolutely thank you.
No.
We're so sorry for taking up so much of your time.
It is no trouble at all. It is no trouble at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, all around you, they start leading you down a cave, and they're surrounding you. But now it's with weapons facing out. It's to keep you guys protected from whatever might happen immediately.
Because there's some unsavory types down here.
So
That's dynamite.
Oh.
Sort of voce.
So I have expertise with my forgery kit. The ability you use with the forgery kit is int, so that's +4.
I just meant
but
for that.
for sleight of hand,
Idle is
same deal. I have
dynamite.
expertise in that, so I double my proficiency bonus.
If you need
So
a
I have the
forged
+4
document.
from Dex, and then I add my proficiency bonus twice.
Are you
That's
a rogue?
plus
Idle's like a Bluetooth printer. What do you need? It's like, oh, yeah, thank you.
So, here's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Chat crew, let's get to a good stopping point with whatever each of you is attempting. Let's finish up whatever each of you is attempting now, because then we're going to transition to challenge number 2. So let's hear where you guys got.
Everything blew up.
So we've hired a mechanic to work on the ship because we couldn't figure out how to fuel it. Genshi has just... You ever do those puzzles where you put like a square and a circle and stuff together? He's trying to do that with loading in the ammo, but he just put a circle into the square.
Yeah.
So it's not fitting.
You're going to have a bad time. Yeah.
So we're working on that, but the sails are working.
The sails are working? How's the engine?
The engine, we got a mechanic to be working on that right now.
Oh, they're working on it right now? Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the secret about that mechanic. I don't know what they told you, but they have no idea what they're doing. So what you guys found is a con artist.
Right.
Okay.
Because secretly, under his expression, he is freaking out because he has never seen a ship like this before.
On one hand,
Can I shoot him?
Oh, my God.
on one hand, I can respect this. On the other, I'm gonna have to have a talk with chat crew.
Right, because Star Gamble's made of metal.
Yeah, none of the people in this world have seen anything like this ship before.
Yes.
Which I love. I love the idea that whatever he told you, he was just rolling with it like, yeah, I can fix anything. Like, the fuck is that? Well, I already took their gold, so here we go. All right, so now we're going to go into some new action. So chat crew, challenge number 2 is coming up.
Hopefully you
Also
fail
for
at
you
like
guys.
challenge number 1.
So, as you guys are walking, Frunk, you've sort of befriended one of these little goblin guards who's warmed up to you. He seems kind of like a nice guy. You guys have been chatting about what life is like for him in the city, and you've sort of learned that, much to your surprise, sounds like a lot like what life would be like for anyone back home. He's got a job, he's got a family, he's respected, he takes home pay. No one's ever paid a goblin, unless it was at sword point.
Yeah, who needs the 9 chords to be struck anymore? What's
This is a utopia.
Yeah. This is what it's all about. This is the end game here.
So,
Oh, boy.
all around you, throughout this cave, because you're still walking through this cavern structure, you see these red runes appear all along the walls. And before you can read the runes, they're twisting, they're shifting, and it almost looks like the wall is pulling back where they appeared, and out fly swarms of fire-coated, bat-like creatures. They fill the cavern almost instantly. Their heat is beating against your face as they flap their wings. And as you turn to check on the little goblin guard who's become your friend, you see a portal open up just beneath him. And a huge...
Grab him.
Give me a athletics check.
Okay, that's a 21.
Perfect. You pull him out of the way just as a huge clawed hand reaches through the portal and tries to grasp at him and then pulls back down.
What the shit is this place?
Tears!
Price of equality.
Let's...
Are we familiar with this phenomenon?
Yeah, so for
Bullshit
the
walking
three of
here.
you've probably never seen this occur in person, but you're aware of the phenomenon, these tears, these incursions. that adventurers are often called to respond to, where monsters appear somewhere in the city where there's no way they could have come there. They're right in the heart of the city or in the heart of the mountain. Yeah, and this is the first time you've lived through one, or we'll see.
So are they all have they all sort of glommed into sort of one area?
They're all around you. They're in every direction. So everybody roll initiative.
All right.
And for chat crew, the same phenomenon is happening to the ship. What you see explode out of the cave where you guys are docked is a swarm of these fire bats. And the fire bats are swarming the ship. You've got to fight them off. Whatever.
Shoot this asshole. Sorry. You shoot this asshole.
You've got better things to shoot now. The fire bats are swarming the ship. You've got to man whatever weapons you can get working, or use whatever weapons you've got at your disposal. But most of all, while the ship is docked, you are a sitting duck. You've got to cut lines, get the engine going, get the sails unfurled, and get the ship moving so that you can be a moving target. Otherwise, the bats are going to rip the ship apart. All right. Good luck. All right. Initiative.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Okay. Let's maybe start with some higher numbers.
16.
Ooh, all right. Did anyone beat a 16?
I also have a 16.
18.
18 as well.
Oh, who's got
Dex plus 3?
Flash? Your dex?
Straight 18.
Dex is plus
Okay. So that's
Zin?
Zin. Oh yeah, I should probably start learning all your names. Zin.
And then she
Jaflash.
soaks it.
And then there were 2 16s.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the dex off there?
My dex is +4.
Oh, you got that.
Okay, so that's idle,
And then Nyx.
and then Nyx. This is what's your dex bonus? Okay. Just wrote funk as your that's where you are in the initiative order. And then you were a 4, Glamson?
Yeah. Dex bonus was 3.
Alright, so we aren't going to use the tactical map, but this is a trick I like to share this with other DMs. These little stand-up minis, they're nice and lightweight, they've got nice little art on them. These are actually made for Pathfinder, but you can use them for any game. And when I don't use the tactical map, I like to just hand them out to the heroes who are fighting those creatures. So as we fight, if a bat engages with you, I'll hand you one of them, and then if you want to help someone else, you target the bat that they're holding. So
cool.
If I give you one of these, just sort of make sure it's displayed somewhere prominently that the other players can see it.
And does move matter?
Move, we're going to abstract here.
Okay.
So because the bats are all around you, unless you're trying to help one of your compatriots, you don't have to really move to find a target.
Okay.
All right. So, Zin and then Jaflash.
All right. Bats above. Is that true?
Bats are above you. Bats are all around you. Yeah.
All right. You see Zin actually just look up and he actually just flies straight directly up into the air and suddenly starts spinning around a little bit like a dervish. You say the players what a dervish is, right? And suddenly there's a scimitar in his hand where there wasn't one. And I'm going to just start spinning and attack one of them with the Thirsting Blade. So 2 attacks on the bat.
Perfect.
18 and a 24.
Both will hit.
All right. For, sorry, not the D10s. For 7 and 11 points of damage.
Perfect. All right.
Come on, get up here.
You said you could fly.
Come on, what are you waiting?
Jaflash.
Hope you
I'm
found.
basically going to, because I'm not going to cast anything. I'm certainly not going to take out the stupid sword.
Sword.
No. So I'm basically going to just set myself up to get in the way of any incoming attacks.
You're trying to protect the people around you.
Anyone around me. Yep.
There's a lot of people to protect right now. Who are you focusing on?
Whoever is closest to me.
Just
So,
opportunistically.
Yep.
Okay, sounds great. Idle.
I would like to cast Sleep.
Perfect.
Do the same thing also.
Why didn't you do that?
Because there's so many of them.
There are a
Oh
lot.
my god. There are, well,
They're
yeah, I
all
think
around us.
if we both cast Sleep, we get twice as many.
That's true, yeah.
Alright, you
math.
Are these guys friends?
Let's see. So let's see. What do I do? 5d8. So let me
They're better than friends. They're
steal some
crew.
of your d8s. There we go. That's all I need. So I affect 5, 10, 15, 23 hit points worth of these little goobers.
One of them falls asleep.
God damn it. It could have been 2!
Maybe. I mean, you rolled pretty well.
I did.
I don't know about sleep.
Cool. My turn.
I know you.
Yeah.
That's all I got. What do you want? That's all I got. I
Next,
got that in
and
a
then-
fucking
and
cursed
then you-
sword.
So,
What do you want from me?
first thing I'm going to do is, I notice you look like you're ready to protect somebody with no
Sure.
weapon in hand.
I am ready.
I'm going to stand next to you.
Perfect.
Apparently, I'm protecting the zombies.
I look human right now.
Yeah, the
And then I'm just
human
gonna
zombie.
Eldritch Blast 2 of them.
Do it.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
My lowest was 11.
11 hits.
Boosh.
Well, I hit with both.
Yeah.
Boosh. Boosh. Boosh.
You want to know the damage for each one?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Do I?
Boy, do
I
it.
Alright, so we got 13 and 14.
13 and 14.
They also get pushed.
Yeah, so those two bats get sort of pushed up against the wall for a second and then flutter for a weird bit and then get back into the swarm.
Cool.
All right, Frunk.
I also want to use a bonus action to
Yep.
make my cape billow.
Yes. Dramatically, his
Dramatically
cape
billow.
flies behind him as if a gust of wind had come through. It definitely didn't. That was weird.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers just over my head
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of create a death umbrella.
Yeah.
That maybe Mark's character will fly through it.
What are all these daggers doing up here?
So it's a 5-foot cube.
Yep.
I don't know if there are any in it already because it does some damage to whatever's in it when it gets cast or when they enter it.
I think it's at the start of their turn they'll take it if they're already in it, right?
If
Or
they stay in
or
it
they
at the start of their turn, they have to
Oh,
take
okay.
it again.
They take it again. Okay, so
Or
yeah.
it's when they first enter it.
One of them will definitely be in it already.
Okay.
At least one of the significant ones that I'm tracking.
Yeah. So that's 10 damage.
Perfect. Perfect. Now it's their turn. All right. So a bat swoops down to attack each of you. So I'm just going to go around the table and roll for each of you. So for you two, that's a.
That's it to me.
These new dice are actually kind of hard to tell apart. This was a mistake.
Here, use these. They've been rolling very badly.
No, I'm good. So against Glamzin, that's a 7 to hit.
All right.
Ooh.
That does not.
And this
That's
would
so
be against.
So roll at disadvantage.
Yep.
I'll use it.
There we go. Identical numbers, but good effort. That is a 17 to hit.
Oh, yeah, I get smacked.
All right, so you get slashed for. Looks like it's both. So that's 4 slashing damage and 1 fire damage. So 5 total.
Oh.
Yep.
5 total?
5 total.
All right.
All right, now we're gonna do you two. Wow, that's pretty bad. So to hit Zin, that's an 11,
That misses.
and to hit Jaflash, that's a 5.
It very much misses.
And now the two of you.
These bats are dynamite.
That's a little better. So to Idle, that's an 18.
That hits.
So you're gonna take 6 damage, and you don't need the difference between slashing and fire, right? You don't,
No.
no one has resistances here.
Rest. Oh,
Yeah.
You rested.
Yeah. So 6 damage, and then to Frunk, that's a 19 to hit. So that's 8 damage between the slashing and the fire. And then you see one of the bats break away from the group.
How much was it? 8 damage?
8 damage total. Half and half slashing and fire. So yeah, now one of the bats breaks away from the group and targets the 3 of you. Exudes a cone of flame from its little bat mouth. So all 3 of you give me a dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Oh, 24.
I got a 10.
Ooh. I got
Oh, wait. Actually,
13.
I take that back. I got a 4. Dex is not one of my saving throws.
Okay. So you still get to add your normal dex, so it would be +3. Yeah.
Okay. So 7.
7.
You do
All
some
right.
amazing pirouettes in the air to avoid.
Perfect. And what was yours?
13.
13. All right, so the two of you managed to avoid the brunt of this. Glamson, your response to seeing a breath is, "Witness me!" Apparently, but it's not that much damage. That's almost no damage. So you take 3 damage. You guys take half rounded down.
Oh, wonderful.
One. That's still way too much.
That's
Unacceptable.
for
Yes.
Nyx. All right, that's all the imps.
Close.
So we're at Glamson.
Yeah. Well, this would be the perfect time to throw out a thunder wave, but there's a buddy of mine flying around up there. I don't want to hit him. And also, I didn't actually write down the rules for thunder waves.
We have a lot of
Gotcha.
books.
But this would also be a convenient place to use sleep, and somebody at this table knows the rules for sleep too.
Roll
You roll 5d8.
your level.
5d8.
Or is it? Yeah, it's just
5d8.
Can I borrow some extra d8s? Oh, excellent, that works. But
that
I'm still
5?
going with the sleep
All right.
because
Yes.
it's totally.
I'm
Can I
gonna do
borrow a
more.
couple? I need a
We're
few.
collecting
Oh,
d8s
how many?
here.
I need a d8.
There
Oh,
you go.
no, we're good. We're good. All right.
This is good.
All right, add it up.
So we got.
That's got to be worth one bat.
10.
One drowsy
19,
little bat.
25.
25. Another one falls asleep.
Another one.
All right.
I was going to say bites.
I'm gonna
the
rethink
dog.
sleep.
Another one counts the sheep.
Dice returns.
That'd be the
All
blue
right.
one and the metal one are mine.
The green one is mine.
And the pink and black.
Yeah, they all.
Just, yeah.
This is good. Near, just beneath you,
Mhm.
Zin. I'm gonna check the stream to see what your name is.
For a t-shirt.
Oh, there it
Just-
is. It's up on the screen.
It's right there.
Oh, wow,
It's
so it is.
It's
That's
so
cool.
perfect.
And their class.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
that's what I'm playing?
Oh.
Yeah, you're playing it wrong.
Explains a
As you
lot.
fly through the group trying to find your next target, you're sort of
Mhm.
dogfighting your way through a little Top Gun action.
Yeah.
And just below you, you get rocked as another portal opens, and this creature, this large creature, much larger than you, almost the width of this hallway, plows through you, and you see below you this unfortunate, one of the human guards just gets grabbed by the jaws of this beast and pulled into a portal on the far side of the cavern. And there's just this horrid scream as you know that guard was just snuffed out in an instant.
I smile.
The depths take you.
Weird. All right. Zin, we're back to you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis. So immediately spectral mist forms over my body and just kind of like wafts along like air. And then I'm going to fly away from the daggers, the blooming daggers that are appearing, like push some distance between, and also open up if I think anybody wants to do aerial effects.
Sure.
So, yeah, because that's spell and move.
All right, cool. To flash, and then it's going to be idle afterwards.
So how many are there at this point?
So what you've determined through this sort of first foray is that some of these bats are not engaging in combat, and they look like maybe they've got a different structure. Maybe they're like drones. They're just flying around and flapping. They're not a threat. Of the ones that have these fiery claws and the breath weapon that you saw, 2 of those are asleep, and there's still 6 of them in the swarm.
Woof.
Is there any grouping of them?
2 of them are pretty close together from when the Eldritch Blasts knocked them away.
And how high in the air are they?
They're coming back down to eye level as you see them.
I'll just run at them with my shield up.
Perfect.
Might as well just like bash into them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give me that shield bash.
I don't even
And you get to use your charisma for this attack, right? Because it's your magic shield.
My magic shield.
Nice.
25 on a natural 20.
That is perfect. So let's
We've
call
never
it
done
just like explode?
damage on them. Do you
let's
remember
call
what
it
damage on the shield was?
1d6 plus charisma.
It was D6 plus charisma, yeah.
Yeah, so now it would be 2d6 plus charisma with your crit.
Boxcars.
No. 11.
You take it out.
Boosh.
You crush it against the wall.
Smoosh.
Yeah.
I just go.
I guess. Yeah, I don't feel good about it.
Well, so
They can be redeemed.
I sort of wanted to just knock it out.
right, it's your Redeemer
Right.
shield. So when you pull it away, you see actually the wounds that the Eldritch Blast had given it. It healed it,
Yeah.
and it's just sort of like calmly sitting on a perch against the wall, just looking at you.
I give it a little some scratches,
Right.
and then head back.
All right, it's going to be idle.
I'm going. Can I tell which, other than this one, which one had been hit by the Eldritch Blast before? I would like to shoot that one,
Do it.
please. That's a 2. Yeah, that is 9.
Miss.
Mm-hmm. Is there anywhere that I can hide?
Yeah, you do see there's a side cavern sort of close to where this fight is taking place. The bats haven't quite filled that space yet the way they filled this one.
I will take my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
It's a little bit better. So that's a 17.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that in the chaos, none of the bats really tracked you where you went.
Okay.
All right, Nyx.
So the one that blew fire on me.
Yep.
That one is unhurt, right?
It is.
I'm gonna shoot it with both my Eldritch Blast.
Do it.
And make my cape billow. Well, it looks like I probably missed with one of them. So I got a 10 and an
Miss.
18.
18 hits.
All right, 18 hits. So that is 11 damage.
Perfect.
And I push it.
And you push it. Yep.
Push it into the daggers?
No, it's not quite lined up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it came down to eye level and the
then-
daggers were above.
All right.
Yeah. All right, we're back to Frunk.
Uh,
That was it for you, right?
Yeah,
Just
that was
make
it.
sure.
Cool. Okay, so then first I'm gonna lean into my goblin friend who I just saved and go, "What the fuck is going on in here?"
It's an incursion. It's an incursion. We trained for this. We're trained for this. And you do
Yet
see
you
all...
have not taken any combat
Oh,
actions.
well, so I wasn't describing it, but you can see all around you, now that you take it in, that the guards are fighting, but it looks like they're not doing a good job of identifying the threats. They're really fighting the drones and getting caught up in it.
Thrust, parry.
Yeah.
Thrust,
Except
Yeah, just flinting.
Captain Remy is chasing down one of the threatly ones, but hasn't hit it yet.
So
Threatly. That's a word.
should we actually be fighting or GTFOing?
It is the responsibility of the city guard and all sworn adventurers to defend the city against incursions. The civilian population is not prepared for incursions. We are the
Fucking
wall
civilian
that protects the civilian population.
Okay,
We're
chill. We're good.
sworn.
So I run up and try and just uppercut the bat that's below the dagger cloud
Yeah.
up into the dagger cloud.
Nice.
Frunk's combos.
That's a 21.
That's a hit.
Frunktality.
What are we gonna call it?
Let's call it a d4 plus strength for the punch, and then you can roll the dagger damage again.
Okay, so it's 8 for the punch
Okay.
plus
Hope I'm not nearby.
9.
You shred it.
It's raining bat. Hallelujah.
So interestingly, what happens? I'm going to give you inspiration for that because that was an awesome combat maneuver. But what happens when you uppercut it? You shuriken it up into, or yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You shuriken it up into the daggers, and when it hits the daggers, you see for a second its flesh get pulled apart, and then it explodes and lava drips down on top of
Oh
you.
shit!
So give me a dex save, and I'm going to say idle. You were still close enough to Frunk that this also is near to you.
22.
You're fine, so you're going to take half.
15.
So you're also fine. So you're both going to take half from this. It was 8, so you each take 4 as you dodge out of the way.
Have we ever seen anything like this? Us?
You guys have never
We've never
experienced
seen it.
You've heard rumors.
I mean, we're awesome.
Dagger
But
umbrella.
Have you ever
Rethink it.
seen anything like this?
Yeah, I don't think we've
It's
ever
okay.
seen daggers, but like
We'll talk afterwards.
above your head.
Autographed
We'll
swooty
talk.
later.
We'll talk later.
Right.
We'll autograph.
Teach me.
So that was Frunk. So now the imps are going. All right, so we've still got 1, 2, 3, and then...
Monster acquired.
All right, so we're going to say that one of them is attacking you, and the other one's going to attack you.
Sure is.
Right. So I probably should have done this last time, but I am going to shield on reaction.
Yeah. Get your shield in place.
Yeah.
All right, so against Glamson, that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
So you're going to take 7 damage.
Ooh.
And against your flash, it's a 20.
Oh, you just hit.
Really? All right. So that is, to you, 5 damage. And then, again, one of them rears up to shoot its fire breath. And again, it's going to target you 3. So let's get those dex saves again.
All of us?
Yep. Yeah, the 3 of you. Yep.
24.
There we go. 13.
13.
All right, so you all pass it this time. You were ready for it. Ooh, but this was a much more potent fire breath. So it would have been 10, so you'll each take 5. All right, back to Glamson.
Yeah. Well, this is not going so well. Sleep was probably ill-advised. So instead, you guys, if you happen to be watching, see a goblin-sized longsword, which is incidentally not made of metal, per previous discussion, appear in my hand.
Sort of like a sharply carved obsidian stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start swinging it at the things. Whack, whack.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to use my class feature action surge, and I just like Hulk out and do it again.
Awesome.
So whack, 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 whack.
Quite
Bunch
a
of
sequence of whacks. All right, let's do it.
All right.
He's wacky.
He's wacky though.
All right.
I think you only needed 11.
Well, I didn't get 11 on that first roll.
All right, it's good. You got 3 more.
It's a whiff, not a whack, but...
All right.
Moving in the wrong direction.
Never let me have dice. You know that. Okay, there we go. There's something.
All right.
That's a hit. And then that's another one.
All right, so you got 2 hits with your longsword?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get that
All right.
longsword damage
So
out
that
of 2 hits.
longsword damage. This guy is, I've got it written down here, 1d8 slashing.
Yeah, plus your strength.
Plus my strength, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is 6 for
Okay.
the first one. And for the second one, we got a 7.
Perfect. 6 and 7, 13. Yeah, I can math. I mathed that whole thing. All right, it's still up, the one that you slashed, but it's been slashed. All right. This time, let's see where this is going to happen. Idle. Over your shoulder.
I am in stealth. Does that matter?
Oh, yeah. So you see one of the human guards has broken formation, and he spotted the same hiding spot that you did, and he's trucking towards you, and before he can get to you, you see a portal open, and again, the claw reaches out and just grabs him around the neck and pulls him into the portal. The portal closes as the claw disappears, and just the tips of his shoes are left in this dimension. All right, Zin.
All right.
Really.
The hunger of Hadar is everywhere, I say. We gotta get the fuck out of here! But...
Fuck is also a local term for mushroom.
GTFO. I'm citing front. But I'm going to go after the one that Glamson actually had already damaged with a couple of Eldritch Blasts. Oh, man. 11 and a 14.
Both hit.
All right. For 17 points of damage.
It's done. It explodes. And again, it explodes into a fiery rain. And Glamson, you're the closest
I'm
to
standing
it.
right there.
I'm going to say, who might all... say Jay. You were... Nix, you were close enough that it just barely gets you. So let's get dex saves from the two of
Dex
you.
save. Oh, good. I actually got something. 18.
You're good.
Oh, I got 8.
All right, so you failed this one. You were caught off guard. So you're going to take 7. You're going to take half rounded down, so 3. Yeah, just as surprised as you were, Nix was very surprised that this happened to him and was caught flat-footed.
You need a lava umbrella or something.
Right.
All right.
These daggers don't do the trick.
Jaflash and then Idle.
So, how many left are there?
There's 3 still in active combat, 2 of them sleeping, and 1 that you've pieced. I missed 1 in my previous count, which is why it seems too high.
I like piecing them.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
going
for
to
it.
just do it again.
Yeah.
So just run at...
The other of the pair is right next to you.
Yeah, I'll just do it. Just
Do it.
give it a whack. Yes.
Right. This is like a passive bash,
Feel
really.
that- yeah, really.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, no. That's a 7.
No, no good.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Idle. Then.
The shield whistles.
Yeah.
So glad I didn't have to hit that guy.
Was that the sound of the wind passing over your shield, or did it make that sound after you stopped? That's weird. All right, Idle.
Well, I'm gonna try and shoot the one that he didn't quite hit.
Okay.
I'm shooting from stealth, so I get advantage.
You sure do.
If I hit, I get my sneak attack damage, so that is a 24.
Hits. Super hits.
Sneak attack right now is 3d6. So let's see. Wait, my bow is not a d8; it's also a d6.
You said you had sort of tried to clear the
I need
area.
one more d6.
Give room.
Thank you.
They actually match.
I know it fits in well with all the other colors. So thanks. I hadn't even seen all of them yet.
Definitely 14 damage.
I know. That reads them as they're falling in the air. Probability
I'm
32.
just gonna stare at chat for a while.
Anyway, 14.
Perfect. It explodes, and it explodes on Jaflash
Mhm.
because you were the closest one to it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is sort of spread out now, so I'm going to say you're the only one caught in this one. So give me a dex save.
Yeah, I don't even know why I roll this.
You could roll higher than it is.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
3.
Okay, yeah, you take the full
Yeah.
brunt of this. So that's 4 more fire damage to get.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to duck back into stealth, if possible.
I'm going to say what you've done now is you've taken such an active role in combat that the bats are watching you. It's going to be really hard to lose the swarm, so let's do this with disadvantage.
So,
What?
that's a 2 and a 1.
Bad news and bad news.
Bad news and worse news.
Yeah. You turn too quickly because it's a natural 1 on the disadvantage, right? You turn too quickly to try to get back into stealth, and you don't see that one of the portals is opening, and you stumble. So
Yep.
you're prone for the start.
Oh
of your next
boy,
turn.
that's fun.
All right, Nyx and then Rook.
Okay. Is there at least 2 different bats that are hurt?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to target those 2.
Do it.
And also walk away from everything.
You're just trying to get some distance.
Yeah. Alright, let's. Ooh. Oh, yes, I definitely hit with both. What is it? Minimum I got was.
I totally forgot to hand these out.
I was wondering.
I just didn't do it.
I thought I just didn't get one.
I
got
had
a
such great notes
24.
here.
24 minimum.
24 hits.
Alright,
Well,
cool.
Zin has one right now. So, Zin.
Oh, thank you.
You've got one of the surviving ones.
Thanks.
Cool.
And the other one is near Glamslin. So there we go.
Oh, cool.
I
Well,
totally did it.
I'm hitting
Look at me.
them. One of them received 15 damage, the other one received 6.
Okay.
I don't do it. You should do this.
At home. Right.
If you're like an amateur DM.
Right.
So the one near Zin explodes.
Yes. Okay. Pew. All right.
So yeah, you can hand me back the thing and
Oh.
make your dex save.
10.
You fail.
Wow.
So you take. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. You take 11 fire damage.
Worse, actually, is that my armor of Agathis just popped.
Yeah.
Darn it. I'm no longer icy.
No. But you're still cool.
I'm. Oh.
He was just being nice.
Oh, he's not DM anymore. I don't have to do that.
Yes, I got ready. Yeah. No, it's still cool.
That's so much easier.
And
There's 2 sleeping, one that's been gentled, and one that's still flying around.
okay, and I'm just gonna take a dagger
Yeah.
and huck it at the one that's flying around as I try and make my way towards whatever the nearest exit looks like.
Perfect.
So that's gonna be 16.
Hits.
Okay, for 6 damage.
Perfect. It explodes. That's the last one. You're going to make our last dex save.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Alright, there's a 20.
Perfect. So you'll take half of 12. It rolled max, so you take 6. That was a nice little random escalation. They just rolled more and more damage the longer the fight went
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's cool.
Designer dice. All right. So with that, with the lead bats slain, the portals open back up and the drones fly back into the dimension from which they came, which gives you guys the opening to either flee or regroup here if you want.
Can we go into the dimension?
I was going to say, into the tear!
Are you trying to jump in?
You can throw your sword into it.
Yeah. That would require me to unwrap it.
We'll listen
That's
to
you.
him.
Just
The tear.
That's what it sounds like.
Right, it does. It really
Just
does.
a sneeze.
Just a sneeze.
What happens when God sneezes?
Right.
Oh, I've got a much bigger eraser. There.
Yeah.
What is happening out in the chat?
Chat zone.
Yeah, how's chat battle going?
Okay. Well,
I think someone died.
So right when
What?
the bats came out, Droidbot was arrested for shooting a guard. It was not. his
How did
fault.
you get guards on this ship? I had the guards. What did you do?
Well, what happened is when the guy turned out to be a con man, he tried to shoot him with his
Oh,
bow,
no.
and he missed, and he hit a guard.
Yeah, murder's pretty illegal here.
Yeah, but the bats came, which was really helpful because that caused a lot of scariness, and so everybody got on the boat.
It's a ship.
We're calling it. Teamwork was still sleeping. Anyway,
Space boat doesn't quite have the same ring to
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so we had a rip sail, but we were able to start getting off. Bruce actually had to come out of the kitchen to fly the space ship.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because we were all stuck and having a really hard time with everything, rolling terribly. Couldn't cut ropes, couldn't get the bats off. But eventually, the Sahaugen was able to lift off. Everybody was able to cut enough ropes that he could rip out. And eventually, shooting people down, Varys was tied on the end of a rope and used like a wrecking ball to hit one of the bats.
Nice.
Very effective because of how well that Bruce was flying. And now they're just patching up one of the wings.
That's perfect. I'm going to say if there's any bats left, they disperse now as well. So you guys can go back to the repairs or whatever else you wanted to do. Or, take it easy. Take a breather. You guys have had a hard day.
So Bruce is not letting go of the helm until we know where the Faceless are. So
Perfect. That sounds great.
Oh yeah, there was also people used fish as a weapon to get the bats' attention.
Nice.
I love it.
We used some of Bruce's food.
Can we just watch their game?
I know.
Let's
Listen,
just switch.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah.
So I guess depending on what you guys do, we'll find out if we're able to chase after you guys.
Yeah, we'll
Because if you
see.
walk into a portal, I don't know how we're going to do it.
All right, yeah. So you guys haven't gone into the portals. It sounds like no.
Yeah,
No,
no,
let's
don't
not.
do that. Don't do that.
You guys don't know where we are.
Right.
All right. So that concluded. You see that most of the guards at this point have broken rank. They are fleeing, and you guys would know. I mean, the guards they're the law, but they're not adventurers. And as much as they're trusted to respond to incursions like this, it's like the difference between cops and the SWAT team.
How's the captain?
You guys are the SWAT team.
How's the captain?
The
Did he
captain
bail?
walks up. He's got a tear in his jacket, and you can see a little bit of blood seeping through, but there's no blood on his weapon, or no lava, I guess.
Yeah.
And he sees his guards breaking rank, and he's sort of like slowly backing away to stay close to them, but he wants to stay engaged with you guys.
Okay. Captain? Have you taken any damage? Do you need any help?
It's a small wound. I appreciate the offer, healer.
Okay.
You should take that and get it looked at. You can get bat scratch fever.
I've heard that's quite dangerous this time of year.
Who needs help? Like, is it pretty clear? Like,
I need a decent amount of health. I'm below half right now.
I'll do a
lot.
cure light wounds, second level.
A lot of scars here.
You got a lot of
Got a
scars.
lot of scars here.
Oh, if this body could talk. Wait
So,
a kid.
14 hit points.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm dead.
Anything else? Are you good?
Only like
I
should
can
be
use
fine.
it a little bit.
I do 10.
I'm
10,
20.
10 lay on hands.
That's the captain.
I'm 25 out of 43, so
Let's
Oh, you
keep
got
it
it.
abstract.
Are there
On a
paladins?
scale of 1 to 43, I'm about a 25.
Jared, are there paladins in
You
our
get it.
Yes.
area? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you
we're
add
just
10.
laying on hands and all that business.
Paladins and clerics of life would be very common in the city because of Dal Ra
You're good.
Mhm.
being the prominent god
Mhm.
and his domain being life and death.
All around damage.
Healers
So I got
are
plenty of hit points.
very common.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So this is nothing new for you. What's weird is that you don't see the symbols of Dal Ra anywhere on you.
Right. Yeah.
what are those symbols?
There are none.
I was just going to ask the captain, how often do fire bats come out of demon portals?
Fire bats specifically?
How often do
just
demon portals
anything.
open and invade your world?
We have incursions almost daily, but we have groups that deal with these things.
Does this just happen like down here in the restricted area, or
No,
does this happen?
They can occur quite anywhere in the mountain or the city.
Should this line of
Why do you? Was the blow to your head quite bad, Mrs. Karn?
It
Yes, it
hurts
was.
quite a bit, honestly.
Well,
It really stinks. It was a doozy.
Well, you know what they say: incursions don't strike twice in the same place. So you should be safe, and I believe here is where we will leave you.
Okay.
You're not gonna take us all the way back to House
I mean,
Karen?
I believe you did say you would
House
escort us
Clown.
back to the city.
Yes. Unfortunately, I must rally my men. You'll excuse
Yeah,
me.
they did kind of go running off.
My-
I think I will be making a report of this to your superiors. I'm afraid.
As is your right, my lady.
Off with you then.
Yes, off with you then.
Take care and have pity on the poor man.
So
Yeah.
Remy departs. The 6 of you are left in this cavern. You hear Navigator chiming.
Oh, yeah, way to show up, Navigator.
Dolra's balls, what was that?
Pilot,
Yes.
pilot,
Navigator.
pilot,
Yes.
component located
Ooh, good. Tell me where.
south.
Which way is that?
I've highlighted it for you.
And again, so what you guys see is that this mystical light sort of appears just off their faces. And what you guys know, this is about the distance you see the Void Protocol appear when you summon it.
Okay.
It's just this fairy light over your eyes that's guiding you in a direction.
Can I try to touch it?
Can I?
Don't. No.
What
So we
is
can see it
that?
as well.
You can see it as well.
In front of their face.
It's physically floating in front of their faces.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just magic.
That's our heads-up display.
A wizard did it.
Our pocket wizard.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that voice.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
That's the Navigator.
An invisible companion?
They're not invisible. They're right there in my bag.
How do they fit inside that bag?
Navigator, you want to say hi?
Yes,
I mean, you can
quite very much.
just fly up out of my...
It sort of wriggles out of your
There we
backpack.
go.
So you see this sort of 2-foot diameter floating orb over her shoulder.
Is it that big? I thought it was
That's
like...
like actually-
No, it's
Oh,
like...
is it fist size?
Yeah.
I had always imagined Navigator is quite large.
Oh,
my God.
I want to be like that. Here's a beach ball.
fucking stealing a beach ball from the Bird Academy.
Just like, I don't walk around with a giant ball.
A baseball size
Yeah,
orb.
yeah.
Got it.
We aren't talking Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah. It is, and it's hovering around her head.
Okay.
What is
Yep,
that?
this is the Navigator. Everybody say hi.
Navigator, space zombies.
Hey.
That's
They're
the
not space
weirdest
zombies.
familiar
I'm
I've ever seen.
gonna go back to my normal form now.
Oh yes, that's right.
This is
Friends.
He's my buddy.
Have you helped the crew?
We're in the
They have helped
Or,
us.
I mean, for certain definitions of help.
Pilot,
So
are
it's
they
a
allies?
loose
Yeah.
definition.
For now.
I mean, they're sitting at the table with us.
Yeah.
Associate crew registered, and you feel this light scan over you. You're not sure. In retrospect, it was so quick. Was that a physical light, or did you imagine it just
Right.
sort of blink in your eyes? But it was there and gone, and now Navigator is a little less flighty. It's a little more steady in the air.
In the air. I have to freak out for a moment when that you say registered, and I feel that. I'm like, what did you just do? What did you just do to me? I serve no master, no master but the Black Wind. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Navigator just gave you a quick
We
little
should just
scan.
take it back. This dude seems neurotic.
I do not serve. I will not bend the knee, not again.
No, that's fine. I mean,
The crew of the
We're
Star
good
Gambol
with
is
that.
free.
You should tell me all its secrets.
All right, you're telling me that it's
it was
not
just
indentured
looking.
servitude?
That's how the Navigator looks at you. Okay?
Can I
Okay, well,
No.
Why?
You're space zombie.
Can
That's
I
not
talk to it?
why.
Navigator's
Navigator.
a space zombie.
Yes, Associate crew.
What are you?
I am the Navigator. I am Component 1. I am part of the Breach Protocol.
How many components are there?
There are 9.
Oh, that's a lot of components.
The components will be reassembled, and the protocol will be completed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're
What's
doing.
the protocol?
I guess.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Should
We're
ask it
figuring-
over and over again. I'm sure we'll get there.
We're
sometime.
figuring that out as we go, honestly.
Got it.
So where are you really from?
So it's called
Really?
the
Space.
So you're the Space Knight?
Sure.
A space knight. That's what
That
he's
sounds great.
wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
right.
That's exactly
Yeah. So we're from a place called the Build.
Field. I've heard of it.
Vilda.
It's called the
Velide.
the Build. It's a little bit like this, except
way
not
cooler.
really. It's a lot nicer, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't
It's
seen
nicer.
our
Oh, yeah, we
large towers.
I mean, we had a view of it as we came flying in, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't look that great. It looked very much all the same color.
Cramped.
I thought it looked pretty
I-
fucking rad.
See, this guy has taste. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
clear-
we say.
Our home, and by the way, we're pretty new to this whole multiple worlds thing too.
Multiple whats?
We got no incursions where we're from.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Zero incursions. Yeah, you don't have to worry about incursions.
Can this?
In the Vilda.
We also have like plants and animals. I don't know if you do either of those things.
We have those. We have
Yes,
mushrooms.
yeah.
We have incursion bats.
Right. So imagine,
A robust incursion ecosystem.
imagine if you will, mushrooms of different shapes and sizes
That are
and
mushrooms.
colors,
Like hens of the forest.
like hens of the forest, like
Corn.
corn,
What is this corn
like
you speak of?
grass,
Yeah,
like
you guys have corn. It's
Yeah, we have corn.
It's a narrow
trees.
yellow mushroom.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
this
right.
is impossible. I don't know
Sure,
why
sure.
I'm doing this. Imagine things like your creepy
Hold
wood
on,
bats,
hold on.
but they're nice.
I think we can clarify this.
Like this one I
I-
tamed.
I summon a book to my hand. There are still some. There's still a sleeping bat nearby,
There's
right?
2 sleeping bats
All right.
and
Oh.
a gentle bat right here.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah,
that's
right.
Get the gentle bat.
It doesn't want to go near you. It hisses at you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
So,
Hang on,
Let's
let's
do this first. Yeah.
all right. So I open my book to a blank page, which I say book. It's not obviously made of paper. The pages are very thick. relative to what we're used
It's just
to.
a bunch of tablets stapled together.
Yeah, it's quite the tome.
It is only 6 pages, but it's about this big.
Yeah, I basically have to erase anything that I write in it, which is fine. But I hand it and a pen to you and ask you to draw some of the things from your world. that
Yeah,
we're talking
okay.
about, so
I
that
don't
we can
know.
get on the same
What do I
page.
want to draw? I don't know. I will draw a snake, first of all.
Oh, I
Really,
have
really
one.
cute.
This-
Like a.
This place has snakes. That's one of the few things they have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I really like those. I make it really cute with like an exaggerated kind of like puppy smiley face and like big cute eyes.
Then I pull out my poisonous snake. Like this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, just like that one.
Cool.
Bitey
Okay.
stalks.
It's
Sure.
literally under my clothes.
We call them snakes, but that's okay. A fun game we play is that we take the first part of the word snakes and we sneak it up. We sneak it onto stuff like snake stick, or like snake Christmas, snismas.
Oh, I like that. This is so good.
Okay, we're getting.
Wonderments abound.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I look at all of you.
Let's see. I
We
draw.
look at you like, yeah, we're with you.
Draw another snake.
I'm confused by this Christmas concept, and it's assumed that it's some sort of holiday like Bull Rayton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I draw a dragon because we've run into a couple of those.
Dragons would be new to you.
Yeah.
I draw some trees. I'm really into trees.
That's
What is that?
I
See
know it's
that?
hard to get an appreciation for the scale, but
It's
you'll
like
see these are like 200 feet tall sometimes.
So it's like a mushroom.
It's like the size of a tower, but with like spikes
Well,
on it.
it looks like a mushroom. It's just
It's
more
like a tower.
bumpy on
No,
the top.
I think the green stuff This is a color pencil. I
Yeah,
guess.
sure.
It's actually one of those pens that has the 4 colors.
Another magical thing. Like, what do they got now?
You totally have that for your magical book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Only it's a feather.
Yeah. Oh no, Quill is the name of my sword.
I apologize.
Nice. There's a the pen is mightier than the sword joke in there that I can't quite pull together.
All right, so you guys spend a little more time sharing stories of what your respective worlds are like. Your respective worlds are like.
Right. Anyway, so if you look up, and can we see the sky from here?
No, because you're still
Okay,
underground.
right.
Yeah,
So the
they don't even
sky.
have
Like, do you have a sky?
Oh,
Yeah, we have
That's
sky.
right.
We're just not in the city yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to
Got
look
sky.
in the sky roughly that way, and you flew really fast for about 2 weeks, you would find our world.
Vita.
I've tried.
Whatever.
I've tried flying.
That's
pretty
not
high,
even.
and I just can never get out of the
Did you do it for 2 weeks?
once. I was younger. I needed the work.
And then I
Okay,
say,
well,
you guys
I-
want to go for a real trip? I pull out my
Yes.
Siren Walkman.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Be warned, take some fortitude.
This
but
is.
if you can sustain it, it's a peek into something important.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, I'd like.
So what you
It
see is
looks-
like a metal headband.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like maybe you think of it as like a weird little crown, but it's metal, so I guess
Okay.
you don't know what that's all about.
Sure, I would love to try this.
Put this on, and
Yeah.
so I've been working hard at attuning with this thing, so I assume that his experience is something
It's-
similar to what happened the first time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a fire hose.
So give me an Arcana check.
All right. 5.
Woo!
Give
Oh,
me
shit.
a intelligence save.
Oh, this is where I suck. 13.
Okay. So you're aware for the briefest moment that this device, whatever it is, this crown, asked you a question. You didn't understand the question, and you didn't even try to answer. And what happened after that was a flood of images. Creatures you've never seen before. Landscapes where some kind of flora and fauna live above ground.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the harshest toke of all.
And and aberrations that are maybe a little too familiar for you specifically.
Yeah.
Maybe voices you've heard before.
I know what they're saying.
And what you just barely managed to do as this flood fills your mind is take it off.
That was amazing. Oh,
Can I try
this? Can I try it later?
All right. So the fairy fire is still
Mhm.
glinting in your eye.
Right, so we should go in this
Well,
direction.
what are we
Eventually.
doing? Are we... Oh, because we know there's the
There's a
component.
component.
And we should get after that shit.
Yeah.
Should.
Because these guys are taking care of the ship just fine. And
Yeah,
they
actually,
have
Sure.
succeeded
I'm sure.
over and over again. It's a better ship than how we left it. I'm pretty sure.
It's totally fine.
In
They've
fact,
got
they're
it.
doing so well, I don't even want to hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could get one more check in a little bit later. A little bit later. Let's give them some time to give us some good news.
completely under control. Our extremely talented, resourceful, and knowledgeable crew.
We didn't repeatedly go into graveyard spirals and dive. That's
Good.
fine.
Good.
I lost
Okay.
my breath because of how scary it was.
Yeah, Chat DM is literally dying on the other side of the room.
Whoa!
It wasn't
So-
horrifying. Bruce isn't crying in the corner.
I have the most
Okay.
confidence. The most. Right.
So I'm going to need the ledger back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And then I just turn around and just start beating the crap out of this,
Out of what?
out of the sleeping
The
bat.
sleeping bat. Yeah. Yeah.
I knock him on his ass.
Just
Okay.
going wild on it.
Okay.
Not the friendly
It
bat.
doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a sleeping bat.
Okay,
That's a sleep.
so-
Best to leave sleeping bats lie.
Opposed athletics, or are you gonna when you see him coming, are you gonna try to stop this from happening as he's coming to tackle you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
opposed athletics.
Acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. That is going to be a 12.
Oh, 7.
All right. You manage to just sort of sidestep as Jaflash comes in, and then you maybe give him a look, and then you get one more good hit in to finish off the bat.
Yeah.
Which of course explodes, so both of you give me dex saves.
Well,
Can I make him roll at disadvantage?
you don't need to. I rolled a 2.
20.
Oh,
Okay.
natural.
We need magic.
I'm going to say with 20, you completely get the shield up and totally block it.
It's actually a 5.
You take 6 damage. You take it.
Nice.
Don't hit the bats.
But you do feel
Why
the
not?
magic
They're asleep.
of the
What are they
ledger
doing? They're not hurting you.
reinstated.
But they're dreaming of hurting us.
Well,
This
when
one's,
it-
this
when-
one's super chill.
Well,
He's
that's
super-
because you did magic to
No,
it,
I
but
didn't do any
What
magic.
would
They
happen,
sleep.
just out of curiosity, if you just whacked the sleeping one with your magic redemption shield?
I have no idea.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
do that.
It's
Sleep
Not gonna
Redeemer.
work.
Right now it's a puddle of lava, so that doesn't matter.
Well, there's
There's
a second
There's
sleeper.
another sleeping one.
I'm not gonna whack it.
no one's
You
around
wanna
the
redeem
second
it?
one, right?
I don't know if whacking actually redeems things.
Dream Redeemer.
So the second one,
I'll do
it's
it.
just
Give me the
asleep,
shield.
right?
Yep.
No one's around it, right?
Not immediately.
Well, I'm just going to quickly just Eldritch Blast it then.
Okay.
Dude, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
What the
so
heck?
you don't have to roll. It's a coup d'etat. Yeah. So, but it was far away, so the lava doesn't hit anybody.
It was going to wake up and attack someone.
You fucking
We
space
were-
zombie.
Who wants some Sporble tea?
I don't want sport tea.
Barbecue?
right here.
Yeah, let's do it. It's
What is-
great. You
It's
can
made out of
you
mushrooms.
What is it?
Wait, come on. All the great things in life are.
Yeah, what else would it be made of?
I mean,
Bats.
Apparently,
we got bats and
apparently these
mushrooms.
guys have a lot of things against bats. Sleeping
I mean, they
bats.
come from a demon dimension.
I guess
Yeah.
they couldn't really hit them while they were awake, so I suppose like whacking on them while they're sleeping and not moving is.
Ooh.
That's fine. I don't
Okay,
hit
let's-
things anyway.
If they knew what a gauntlet was, they would say it was thrown.
I had a good reason. Didn't have a good reason, but I have a good reason.
What was your reason?
I gotta be able to keep my book as a weapon. As soon as I let that mental switch go, then I've got to spend hours resyncing with this thing. It's terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
Shit's
Do you have any idea how long it took me to figure out how to summon a book?
No, interestingly enough, I don't. Nor do I care.
Too long. I'm glad you don't care. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it.
And an interesting
cut
look
away,
at that.
cut away to the 6 of you walking and Glamson telling the whole story.
Yeah.
I feel like my reason was great.
So, you guys are moving towards the component?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Is that taking us up, or is it still out?
You guys aren't quite sure at first. It's taking you kind of maybe like a circuitous route. But you guys are pretty sure because you were all there earlier. It's taking you back around to the entrance of the facility, of the Forbidden
right.
Zone.
Yeah.
It's when you chased through with the guards, you got away from it, and it's taking you the long way back.
That's good. That's where we were going anyway.
But it's taking you down a little side path. It takes you into a little side cave that you didn't see before. One that wasn't blocked off. And there's a large flat stone, like a headstone, or like a keystone, above the archway of this cave. And engraved in that stone is a symbol that the 3 of you are surprised to see because you recognize it.
Nice.
Yeah. Right.
Intended knowingly.
Well, of course, you 3
Yeah.
see it as well.
And in fact.
Oh, and you spin your little pendant knowingly, which matches this symbol,
Mhm.
which might be the first time that the 3 of you notice that he wears that symbol around his neck.
Interesting. That is interesting. And I reverently look at it. You see me touch my hand to my breast for a moment.
Oh, so you guys.
Yes, Saloon,
Yeah.
the mistress of the moon.
Wait, what?
She is dear to me.
Interesting.
I see you bear her pendant. Cool musical one.
This has Cole's face on it, right? You said,
Mhm. Well, it's abstract, but I mean, in the line work. I can see it. The saloon, the mistress of the moon.
Saloon. Yeah, saloon.
Down with the moon.
Yeah, you know me.
It's not.
What other gods do you worship? If I may be so bold.
I mean, that's not
That's personal.
not my thing, really. Not my thing. I'm more of a mundane, stuff in the world kind of gal.
I see. And that, then, is not an object of worship for you?
Oh, this is pretty much core to my staying alive.
Well, on that we agree. Okay, cool.
All right. Continuing on. That little hint of world building established. All right. Where you guys continue forward, and you're walking on those metal catwalks again. You're back in that facility, and there's something different now. Maybe it was happening before. Were you not in tune with it, or is it new? There's a
Is that a
steady.
rhetorical question?
What? Yes.
It was until now.
Now it's just awkward.
Is that a rhetorical question?
By definition, by
Is
the
it?
answer.
You continue on, but you hear this steady metal clanging.
Just a sound we just learned tonight. There it is again, that sound.
It's
I'm still not used to it.
It's not footsteps.
Is your armor doing that again?
Like, hands.
Is that... No, it's not coming from him. It sounds like it's approaching.
It's definitely ringing through the catwalk. When you hold your hand to the railing,
That would be the way we know.
you
would know.
you feel a little vibration on each ting.
Right.
Can I do an investigation or something to try and see if I can figure out anything
Go
about
for it.
this?
Would I have found any historical evidence of what this might be in my studies?
Let's do a history check.
Let's do a history check.
Oh. Can I aid quickly with the history check? Because
Yeah.
I'm also a historian.
Let's give an advantage. Yeah.
All
You
right.
guys are comparing notes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I got
That got better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a 20.
I would like to roll perception.
Do it. What was your investigation?
13.
Okay. Perception?
12.
No, nothing on the investigation or the perception. But historically, you do remember tales, almost like nursery rhymes, fairy tales in your world, of the creature that stalks, the creature that hides, the creature that follows.
Liver bottom.
It would be the reason why you wouldn't want to explore alone in the mountain, in the below. You don't want to be caught alone if the creature finds you. And it's got a trademark ting, ting, ting. That was the way the sound was always described. You had no reference point for this ting, ting, ting sound. But now, it must be this.
Must be something.
Glebs, and if it's the ting 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 thing, we gotta get out of here.
No, we're not alone.
Sounds like
Oh.
somebody hammering on a shield or something.
Yeah.
That's a good
let's
call.
just
We're
keep
not
going.
alone.
Alright.
Whatever.
You guys do what
And
you need to
these
do. We're gonna
strange-
keep going.
All right,
Alright.
we will follow.
We'll be
I'll
right behind you.
Behind you.
That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't care.
All right. So you reach the point where the catwalks are narrowing, where it would be difficult or uncomfortable for you to walk side by side.
They're
So
not kitten walks.
you must, kitten walks. You must enter single file. So let's get that single file
I
established.
hate to be that
Yeah.
PC, but I
Okay, you can fly. That's perfect.
Good.
So the 5 of the rest of you, let's get your positions.
I'll be up in front.
I can
Shield
actually,
up.
Okay.
yeah, I can actually occupy the same.
Oh, because you're small. So, okay, so we'll get the other 4, and then we'll add you 2 in wherever you want to be.
And that, by the way, is something you notice after being with me for a while. I never actually touched the ground. You realize that even when I'm like standing there, I'm actually probably like that far off the ground.
So actually,
Yeah.
you're really short.
It's my air heels. Just like floating away.
This guy's not 5'8".
He's
I don't care what
not
his
even
doctor
5'8".
says.
He's not even 5'8".
Alright, so who's behind you, Flash?
Walk right behind you, Flash.
I'll bring up the.
I will be in front of you since you're going to be in the back.
So Nyx,
Keep a good eye on
and
this
then
baby.
Frunk in the back.
Yep.
Got a little Frunk in the trunk. And then, who are you going to be flying alongside? Just Flash, Idle, Nyx, Frunk.
I like the person with the metal shirt.
So yeah,
Yeah.
sticking with the
I mean,
Flash.
So you're going to be in the front?
Yes.
That's Zin. And then where are you going to be occupying?
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle.
So maybe between
Yeah.
Idle and Nyx.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So what you see ahead of you is that red outline of the portals. You think the walls might be about to incur again. You see it appear on the walls ahead of you, and then you realize it's not on the walls. It's ringed in
Bless
between
you.
them. A portal is opening the width of the catwalk, the width of the tunnel ahead of you. And it turns pitch
Yes.
black.
Guess that's where we're going.
Is that bad?
And out steps clawed hand
Oof.
and another. And it pulls itself forward. A creature, maybe once a bat, 100 evolution cycles ago. It's huge. It has terrifying large ears and eyes that pierce through you. And you see from its fangs, it's dripping an acidic substance that drips on the ground and melts the catwalk beneath it.
Is that the ting ting thing?
It's not making the ting ting sound. And the portal closes, and we roll initiative.
Wait, does it close half on this bat thing?
No, the bat's
That'd be really
out
helpful.
of the bag.
It's where are my children?
All right. Who beat a 15?
I didn't.
What's the highest number that's not above a 15? Who thinks they've got it?
Double digits? Anyone?
I got 10.
Is 10 the highest?
Am I really first?
Exploding at me.
I
Oh
rolled
dear.
another natural one. I'm at 4 again.
I have a 9. 9.
Don't give me dice.
Zin on a 9.
It's kind of key to this whole thing.
7?
Okay, hang on. I'm not writing fast
gosh.
enough. So it was a 10
Yeah.
for Nyx. Was there anyone at 9?
9 Zin.
9 is Zin. Someone's at 8.
8 from.
Zim zim zalabi.
Is someone at 7?
7 is me.
At least you're in order. And then you're at 4. What are you at? 5.
Oh dear.
5 for Flash.
Oh dear.
4 for Glamzin.
It was just a bad appetizer.
And you guys are all lined up,
Ooh.
Yep,
and it goes first.
sounds great.
Oh, okay.
Tasty.
Bring it.
Wow.
Yes.
Boy.
Yes.
I don't want to. I
And
don't.
Jared's
TPK.
I
TPK.
don't.
TPK. All die.
You saw. They made me. It opens its jaw, and acid spews forward.
Oh dear.
It catches. Oh well, because you're flying up, it's a very
Yeah.
narrow cone. It catches the other 5 of you. So that's going to be a dex save from all 5 of you, except for
We're all
Zip.
in single
How do we-
file.
Yeah,
do we
first
dex
it,
save?
it
It's my
breaks
shield.
on his shield.
It's surrounding you. It's wider than your shield. It's just not
It's a
tall
light
enough
effect,
to hit
right?
him. Yeah. And it's splashing around you.
Okay. That's a 20.
20. This is Dex, you say?
13.
Oh, there's a nat 20.
Ooh.
All right. So the DC here is 14. Who failed?
I
I
did.
failed.
We got 2 fails. All right. So the rest of you are taking half.
That's a stone faced
This
DM right
is
there. Oh dear.
Good thing you healed me. Might not matter.
That's a lot
What?
of
That's too
rolling.
many rolls.
That's so many.
Wait, rolls. Maybe it's D4s. Maybe it's D4s. It didn't
Doesn't
sound like D4s.
that is 39 damage.
Holy shit!
39 damage.
And I'm done.
What the fuck?
And the rest of us take half of that
The
round.
rest of you take half.
Okay, well, I would like to use my uncanny dodge to also have
Yep.
that help me with the math.
39 rounded down
19.
would have been 19, so rounded down
Are
again
you out
would
too?
be 9.
Yeah,
There we go.
No, not
That's
dead.
better.
No, we're just unconscious.
no, that was 13 points over.
You have to hit negative max to
Yeah.
What's, I don't know what negative max.
That's your
whatever
max
your
hit
maximum hit
HP,
points is.
Okay.
A single hit has to drop you to
Yeah.
negative max.
Yeah, I think
which
it's
would
fine.
be really hard at this point, but not
Yeah.
impossible.
Not
Something
impossible.
achievement unlocked.
It's happened before.
No.
Tracy has seen me insta-give players before.
I have.
I'm not proud of it.
To be fair, I think not at level 5.
Damn,
No, I think you
could
guys
have
were
done
level 3.
something.
Are you
We were pretty
My
low
hands up.
level.
Okay, actually, just for tactical reasons, can you raise your hand if you are not, if you're,
If you're unconscious,
yeah, if you're unconscious.
Oh, unconscious?
it's Nix and Jaflash.
Wait, that's it?
Are you,
Yeah.
You're unconscious.
Okay, all right, we can rally to that. We can rally to that.
All right,
Fine.
and
We'll
now
be
you-
all right. I mean, we can
Nix,
choose-
It's just our
Oh, no,
healer.
I'm unconscious.
give me a death save.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Hiya. 11.
All right, that's one success.
Yeah.
Zin,
I don't. Oh, it's my turn.
yeah.
Okay. So I don't have any healing stuff on me, right? That's one of the other things I marvel
Yeah.
at these fine worthies is all the treasure they have.
Yep.
But wow, you actually got loot. That's amazing. Okay, I have medicine. Do you have to be trained in medicine, or can you make a medicine?
You can make an untrained check, but it's going to be tough.
Can my snake do something?
You're. Think
Okay.
about that for next
All
week.
right, sorry. Then I'm going to go for it, and I'm trying to help.
Yep.
But all right, I think maybe best offense is a good defense, whatever. I'm going to fly to distract it off the catwalk, so
Yep.
that maybe it would be looking at me, and then two eldritch blasts.
Perfect.
Well, we'll see if it's perfect. 25 and a 15.
25 hits.
Sorry, and a 12.
25 hits.
Oh, well, great. That would be for 4 points of damage.
Perfect. That's ideal.
That's
And it's
ideal.
dead.
So
It's all acid.
your plan to get it to engage with you has worked. So
Oh,
just
great.
pretend where this is red, it's actually green. And
Okay.
That's a good representation of what you're facing down right now.
All right, great. That is terrifying.
Yep.
That's not a mushroom.
Frunk.
Okay, so we have. Did any of us bring the healing potions with us? Are they on Jaflash's person? Can I rummage around and try and help these folks get back to?
Surely you have your
Yeah.
healing potions.
Yeah, I have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna try and get this guy back up if I can.
Yep. So you can. I'll say it's your bonus action and your item action to get the potion out and force feed it to him.
Okay.
So from 0 hit points, you get 1 healing potion's worth of health back.
I don't remember what they were.
Who's got
I
that?
think
It's like
D8.
2d4.
Okay, two
Yeah.
4 plus 2 or something. It's something weird.
Yeah.
If some,
It is something
it's
weird.
in there.
Do
It-
2d4
it
plus
is?
4.
I'll get it.
Just do 2d4 plus 4. I'm pretty sure it's plus 4. Where's Wicked when
I
we
don't
need him?
remember what it's plus.
Wicked, help us! Bruce.
Someone took my player's name.
I believe.
I know.
I believe it is 2d4. I think
It's
it is some
definitely
weird.
2d4.
Right.
I remember it's not the same as a cure wounds spell,
Right.
but I don't remember what you add to it.
Actually, I remember recalling like that the D8 was what it usually is, but the 2d4 I think is because they went 2 no matter what. Not 1. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's weird, funky range.
This makes for great TV.
All right. In the meantime,
Well, 2d4 plus 4 is fine. We'll just do that
Yeah.
since I can't find it.
2d4 plus 4.
6.
Boosh!
So you hit 6 because you go from 0.
Yeah, you go from
Okay.
0.
Yeah.
The best part of the
Because
rules.
I remember.
Woohoo! Come on.
Yeah, so look up a healing potion you can. But it doesn't matter at this point because
Yeah.
he's already done it.
Okay.
But for next time, it would be good. Alright, so now you've still got your. I guess I'm going to say you moved to get to him.
Okay.
So now you've still got your action.
Okay. In that case, how?
Because you went up to Jaflash, you're now basically in melee range with this thing.
Okay.
You've pushed forward.
I'm going to actually cast another cloud of daggers. That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do.
Mhm.
Right up in its business.
Does it save or it just takes the
It just that
It's-
is one
it's
of
so
the
good.
key
Also called Mark's Bane.
features.
I know.
Yeah.
This is like
Because
Tony
I
again.
don't have great spell casting.
Right, but that is dynamite
Uh,
again. But it is.
so I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot for it.
To do some extra damage.
Yeah.
Do
So it's 6d4.
Nice.
Neat. Would you like some extras?
Yeah, that would be great.
Here's 3.
This is the best.
There's 2 more.
I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Oh my
well,
god.
Just do it in both
I
hands.
handed you
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Whoa,
we got
and
there.
you-
13. 13.
Perfect.
That's what it is. And now it's just sitting in a
Yeah.
big cloud of dust.
And you sort of flew to the other side of it, right?
Yes.
Perfect. This is going to go great. You guys have a good strategy building up here. I like it. All right, Idle. What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna Misty Step 30 feet backwards, for one thing.
Yep.
Let's see, that I think is my bonus action, so I'm going to use my attack. Well, let's see. I'm going to use my move action to continue to move backwards.
Yep.
And then from there, that should be about 60 feet, so I will take a shot with my short bow.
Perfect.
And I think I get my sneak attack because Frunk is
You'll get
melee
sneak
to it,
attack
right?
damage because of melee.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Oh, it was 2d4 plus 4.
Roll
Thank
my
you.
Attack.
We
That
did
is absolutely
Thank you,
charged.
Wicked.
Okay, there we
would be
go.
lost without
So that's
you.
a 22 to attack.
Hits.
All of my... I need to borrow this one again. My d6s. I'll bring another d6 for next time. So I have 12, 14 damage.
14 damage. Looking good.
I feel like I should at least be prepared with a number of dice that I use commonly, and 46 is one that I use commonly. But they're
I don't ever use
they're
that.
really beautiful.
Is that it for Idle?
Yes.
All right, Flash. You're up, and you're up.
Yeah.
I am up.
These are nice.
They are nice.
Yeah,
They're
I don't know.
The
I'm trying to
clarinet
shake
is
off
so
the
fine.
that
I thought you
acid.
Flash's dice.
Hey.
The clarinet is so fine.
You're so good.
Yeah. You killed the little thing though.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You angered the healer.
Oh.
Um,
Everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah, I'll waste the other potion on him. Roll 2d4
Plus 4.
That went straight up.
35.
So
Plus 4,
9.
Yeah, so you just go right to 9 HP.
Yep.
And you're
And then
up.
I'm gonna hold to. Actually, I'm gonna hold to rebuke the next time it does any damage.
Okay, you're saving that reaction.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're at Glamson.
All right. So I need a little bit more description of this catwalk. Would I be able? All right. Actually, I'm
Sure. Yeah. Tell me what you want to try to do.
What I want to try to do is swing
Really?
and like latch on under
Yeah.
the catwalk and climb under the thing.
You absolutely can. And there actually is a stone floor, so you wouldn't have to climb. You could sort of just drop below and crawl along the stone underneath the metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's less cool, but I do that. Because
Yeah. So you can definitely basically reach up underneath it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say if you give me a stealth check as you do this, you might surprise it.
Ooh. Well, I probably don't surprise it, but I get an 11 on that stealth check.
Yeah, I got a 20 on its perception, so that's not going to work.
This
All right.
metal shit is noisy.
Yeah. Anyway, while I was doing that, I just dropped my sword and book
Yep.
as kind of a bonus action.
Sure. You can drop for free.
Oh, okay, all right, for free. Well, I drop my sword and book,
Yep.
get under it, and hold my hand up and just summon my sword into my hand.
Nice. Let's call that. We'll call that a normal attack for now, but take inspiration for the cool way to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
How much inspiration?
So the inspiration you
Okay.
just mark for future rolls.
Oh, okay.
That you've got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you want to use it in the future, you can just
Yeah.
use it with.
So that is to hit. That is a 10 plus my strength, right?
Strength plus and proficiency.
Yeah. So that is a 16.
Misses. So
Oh
you
my
summon your
God.
sword, and it goes up and strikes at it, and just glances off the natural hard skin of this thing. You didn't realize how armored it is. Yeah, that's a tough hide to get through.
It's a tough hide.
All right, but you've got inspiration for a future turn, so that's good. So you can just burn that for basically advantage on whatever you want in the future. All right, that was Glamson. This thing is going. So it... I'm not going to pull my punches.
I don't. Please, I can tell that.
This is a level appropriate encounter.
Okay.
I stand by it.
I stand by it. Lies.
But Zin, you did such a great job
I
of
did.
distracting it, and it's really incentivized to get away from cloud,
Yeah.
that it's going to chase you away from the party. You, being in melee range, can make an attack of opportunity.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. Kill it! Kill it!
My adamant.
This is all part of my plan.
What is this?
13.
What is this thing?
Who dies first?
What is coming?
Sorry, let me go back to this. You don't have to say anything.
I love it. I love it.
Chat DM, I thought we were friends.
So,
What are you talking about? We're just,
that does feel very friend DM-ish, I think.
Oh,
I mean,
13.
13's going to miss on that attack of opportunity. And it again rears up, and you see it calling to its gut to get more of that acid, and it's shooting it just at you this time.
Yes.
So give me that dex save.
Okay, deck save, you say.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jared started. rolling. In
21.
A few minutes, we'll be done with
That's
the
a pass. So that's
Pirouette through the air again. A barrel roll. What's a barrel?
you'd have barrels.
I guess so.
They're made out of old mushrooms.
Yeah, those were the caps of mushrooms, right? Of course.
Oh my god.
So you're going to take half of 32.
Okay, so
You're
that's going to be
and you're
70.
gonna roll a
60.
wisdom save.
I'm going to roll a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
about
yeah,
to
yeah.
rebuke some violence.
Oh, wow.
That's a 18 wisdom save.
All right, so you take 16.
I take 16. All right. Yeah. So you see, as the acid exhausts,
Yeah.
it looks like he's choking on it for a moment, and you see this light in the back of its throat as it coughs on whatever is stuck inside of it.
I've never seen that happen before.
Either of those things.
Either of those things.
This is all new.
This is
Every
a
day's
day
an
of
adventure.
delights. Right.
All right, but that's its turn, and we're back to Nyx.
How far off did he run away from those blades?
I'm going to say he's about 20 feet past the blades.
All right, cool. I'm going to use my movement in conjunction with my bonus action so that I can Misty Step
Yeah.
onto the other side of him, but
Yep.
not close enough to where I'm in melee.
You just want to be on the far side.
just
of
on
the
the far
blades.
side of him.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to quickly turn around and go Eldritch Blast him
Nice.
into the blades.
You're going past even where Zin is. You're going
Yes.
further down the hall.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so the lowest 14.
Miss.
Okay, well the highest is 17.
Also miss.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
You're pinging it, and it's just bouncing off of this thing's hide.
Okay, well, jeepers.
I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry.
Persuasion check. All right. While you're doing that, Zin.
Okay.
And then
Well,
Yeah.
first off, I'm going to fly a little bit away. So basically, so that we're spread out.
Yeah.
So
you're
and it's
trying to just
out
keep
of my
this thing
tails,
looking
right?
in different directions. Yeah.
Oh, can I try to fly close enough to the party that it will have to fly by, provoking attacks of opportunity if it was to continue
You'd have
on?
to disengage from it first.
Okay.
You'd have to fly past it, so it would get the first attack of opportunity, and then if it wanted to chase you,
Oh,
it would
because
have
it's
to fly
basically
past
like
everyone
I was
else.
assuming it was chasing me, like woohoo!
Well, to
Barnstormer
get back to the
style.
party, it's now between.
Oh,
you
I
and the
see,
party.
I see.
Yeah.
Well then, no. I'm just gonna. Well, first off, I have a question. Here's
Yeah.
my big joke. This time, now I've blown my joke.
Yeah.
I have a question about the catwalk.
Yep.
What the hell's a cat?
This is worthwhile.
Yeah, I know. This is my comment. My comment takes a while. Okay, so I like right behind me like a fly.
Yeah. Yeah, just trying to pull it further
Yes,
away.
she's trying to pull it further away. I got it. He said. Oh, right on. 22
Wow.
and a gosh darn it, 24.
Both hit.
16 points of damage.
Nice. Because you had teleported to the other side and Zin is still flying, he's basically flown to you, so the two of you are kind of side by side.
Oh no!
Get
away from me!
Yeah, no, I will.
Go that way!
Oh, I thought that was a Warlock 5.
Nope,
Front.
nope. Like away,
War 5.
away.
Frunk, and then it's going to be you again, Idol.
Actually, you gotta
Okay,
practice
so it's taken off away from us. now.
Yeah, it's about 30 feet away from you now.
Um,
And on the far side of your daggers, but you can let the daggers drop.
yeah. How big is this?
It's large size, so it basically takes up this chasm. It's like 10 feet tall. When it spreads its wings are wider than it's tall.
You know what? I'm just gonna plant another high level cloud of daggers inside it.
Right where it is. Do it.
And do you have to drop the old one, or is that one there too?
Yeah, no, it's old ones.
Old one's
gone
concentration.
now.
Because they're both
Oh,
concentration.
yeah, okay, cool.
Can I get those D4s?
I'm gonna
Yep.
when it gets to me, I'm gonna compel duel it,
Nice.
so it basically just focuses on me. So hopefully you guys are able to.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
All right, well that's 11.
Okay.
Does
All
this
right,
thing
it's in
look
the
whipped
daggers
up?
again.
Is it looking like...
Acid is coming off of it from all the wounds, mostly from the daggers.
Is any of it dripping onto me? Do I need to be making
No,
more dice rolls?
no, you're
Wait, is it...
It explodes. All right.
Reminder: take cover behind Jaflash's
Oh,
shield.
yeah, yeah.
This thing's low on health.
All right. So Idle and then Jaflash.
Right, so...
Oh, that's easy. It's like the three of you down the row.
Uh-oh. I guess I'm going to shoot it again.
Do it.
With my short bow. I'm going to use one of my +1 arrows this time.
Nice. If ever there was a time.
So, let's see, that's still a 16 that I seem to recall.
Yeah. Glances off the armor.
Damn.
You see the magic try to pierce it. Like the magic actually leaves like a scorch mark on its skin where it tried to pierce, but no damage.
Ugh.
All right. Jaflash.
Right. So you get wisdom saving throw.
17.
I believe that does it.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Meanwhile, Chakra's eating seafood.
Are you guys just having sushi while these guys are fighting an acid demon?
And popcorn and wine.
No, yeah,
It's
fine.
talking like
I mean, that's why we were voting on who was going to die. We had a big screen up.
muscles.
Oh, you're watching it through Navigator? Yeah.
Oh, that's great! Of course, that's
We
great!
went looking for you guys, but we couldn't figure out how to get the system to track anything. So
Sure.
we think it's tracking Navigator because we can see from its eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're kind of bored, and so it was a retractable
Kind of
bar.
bored. They're dying for your entertainment. Kind of bored.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
So
All right.
I'll rephrase that. We are feeling complacent. And
All right, Glamson, we're back to you.
Yeah. So I'm going to really quickly look for any weak points in the armor, and then go from there.
Give me an Arcana check to try to find, because this is definitely an arcane beast.
Okay. All right. Well, that is a 15.
You think you see that it's got like a gullet that might be softer.
All right.
Yeah.
So I am gonna try my damnedest to get to it and stab it in that gullet.
Go for it. Give me an attack bonus. I'm gonna say for that successful check, you get a +2 to this roll.
All right. Cool. Well, that's the same as I got before. +2. So what was that? 16, 17, 18.
18 hits.
18
You get it right in the gullet. You barely
All right.
scratch it. No, finding that weak point made the difference.
All right. So I get my 1d8 plus strength, which is 5.
Okay.
And I trigger my extra attack and
Do
go for it again.
Do it.
That does not hit.
Okay. And what's going to happen is, as you strike at its gullet, you see that it's got like a natural chitin that closes up over the
I
weak
believe it's
point.
pronounced chitin.
Chitin.
I thought it was chitin too.
All right,
It
chitin.
is.
All right, it's got a chitin that closes up over the weak point, like it could protect itself.
Oh, okay, that's why I rolled so badly.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's like it's a boss.
You got one chance to hit the weak point. And it closes up.
This is a Dark Souls moment.
We
Jerry.
make video games here. And we're back to the top of the order. All right, so it's really focused on the two of you.
Oh,
That's
no,
great.
Get away
Uh,
from me.
so-
I used to say chasm. That's why I know
It's gonna try to bite you. It doesn't have its acid breath this turn.
It's gonna fuck.
That's a 16 to hit with its bite.
that hits.
You're gonna take.
Are they within range of me? Like, how close are we all?
They've been drawing it further away down the hallway, so it's about 30 feet away from you now. But if you want to, because you could have closed with it last turn, if you want to get in melee range, you can.
I sort of want to get into protection range.
Oh yeah, you
What
want to
I
be
really
imposing
wanna do.
disadvantage.
I would like to be
Yeah.
There's only a
disadvantaged.
time where I struggle a little bit with the theater of the mind
Yep,
map.
is
a
the
little
distance.
Bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. But so you could impose disadvantage on this if you wanted.
Yeah, I'd like to.
All right. So instead, that's a 14 to hit with it.
That misses because of
That
that.
misses. Yep. Did it.
Thank you, metal shirt friend.
All right. But now it's got 2 claw attacks, and the claw attacks are going for Nyx.
No.
That's a 23 and a 13.
Hit.
Both hit.
Ooh.
So
I'm
the two
probably
claws
out.
together
It's-
are
No. Okay.
I'll just put 0 now.
What are we gonna do?
26.
I'm
Back at
fine.
0. Alright. Nyx is down again. And it would have been Nyx's turn, so give me a death save.
Yep.
Tension, drama, death.
I passed.
This and more.
12, you pass. Alright, Zin.
Okay, so am I taking this thing so far away from the rest of the party that they're not able to do their
No,
full
you
complement of things?
basically pulled them one movement away so far before you hit him. So you've really you've got it sort of pinched now between the two of you and Jaflash.
Okay, because that's basically what I'm wondering is if
Yeah.
it makes any sense to try to do the disengage and then a move.
If you go further, you're just going to be dragging it away from Frunk to be
Because I want
effective.
because I do want to bring it back towards their range.
Well, there's three of you.
Yeah.
More of the
You're
party
not,
is
you're not
Okay,
out
okay,
of
okay.
our range now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just don't go any further.
Okay, then on that note, then some more fancy flying and some more fancy. Oh, that's a crit miss, but then that is a 24 to hit.
hits.
And that one is 10 points of damage.
Nice.
And I guess my hand flies off.
The whole
I rolled a crit one.
You rolled
so.
a crit one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You
Truth in advertising. I didn't lie. I could have.
you strike the catwalk.
Yes.
And a piece of the catwalk flies away and leaves just a little scar on your cheek as the metal explodes near you. You you almost really hit an ally.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That was so metal.
Which is a thing I just learned.
It was very metal. This stuff is sharp.
It's sharp. We should make swords.
All right, Frunk, it's you, and then down the line.
Jeez. Everything just. I hope I just didn't wipe out the camera array.
What's just happening?
No, because I just got excited.
Oh,
Tugging.
they can see
You're
you.
good.
All right. So I guess if I need to maintain concentration for that Cloud of Daggers to keep doing its business, does that mean I can't cast other spells?
You can cast non-concentration spells.
What are you looking for?
Okay then. I will start stomping, jumping on this catwalk, making the loudest sounds I can, rhythmically giving, let's say, Tracy some bardic inspiration on my
Nice.
way up to punctuate with a thunder wave.
Oh.
All right, so it's gonna be tough to hit it with Thunderwave without hitting Zin.
Also me.
Or it is unconscious.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it's okay to miss the unconscious dude. But these guys are really all crowded around it for their attacks.
Well, so it starts from me. Oh, I guess.
Although I do have range on the blast. That's the thing. It's 120 feet. I don't know.
But if you didn't disengage, it attacked you with a melee attack.
Okay,
So I'm
I see.
saying it's staying
Okay,
in melee with
got
you.
it.
Unless you wanted to try to move away.
No, because I didn't take the disengage yet.
Okay, so what?
They're
so you
all
say they're
crowded
all
around
gonna
it.
get.
Yeah, they're all going to get
Get
Thunderwave
crushed.
with it. Theater of the Mind's really failing me here.
I think a little-
I thought a fight in a hallway against one beast we'd be able to handle.
I know. Best laid plans.
Yeah.
Maybe next. Well, we'll talk about it later. Maybe like just a.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We will figure it out. TM.
Together.
Okay, well, you know what? I said it, so here we are.
Do
Let's
it.
do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Thunderwave us.
So it's 2d8.
But
So con save for everybody.
Yeah.
So con save for you.
yes. Oh,
17.
Khan, my favorite.
So he got a 12. The
Uh,
beast.
Actually 20.
12
20.
is what the target is.
So he succeeded. So everyone's succeeding, it sounds like.
Everyone's succeeding. So
Yay.
Flash.
What am I rolling?
Con save. You were in melee with it, right? To impose disadvantage.
Sure.
But weren't you on the other side?
Everyone's
critical
getting hit.
failure.
No,
Alright.
Flash, no.
Oh, I
So
see.
Would you
Flash is going to
consider
take full
this-
damage from this. Everyone else is
So
going
it's,
to take
it's 10 damage, so 5 for everybody else. And your flash gets knocked 10 feet.
Flash, would you consider this guy?
No.
Why are you handing it to me?
I'm not. I'm handing it to Jaflash. Can't you see?
Oh.
We got to get Brady Bunch magic going here. Like when Chad does cool things, I do this. Because that's
Guys,
like,
I see what he's going.
Wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
no, they're
That way.
they're this way.
Because you're mirrored, remember?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
yes.
We just need like 4 more people standing just outside of
God.
camera on each side to facilitate handoffs.
The demon is not the worst part of this fight.
The DM.
Oh, that's where that word comes from.
The true enemy is behind the screen.
All right, so that was Frunk's turn,
Yep.
and now it's Idle's.
Yay.
Are you down again?
I am, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, Frunk giveth and Frunk taketh away.
Well, I feel like there was something I was thinking about doing.
You've got inspiration.
I do
from-
have
yeah,
inspiration.
yeah.
Yes, I
Of
I
will.
the
did
bard
something
variety.
good that
Yes.
turn.
So do I roll and then I don't say anything, but then I choose whether I add it, or do I have to do
if you
it with
want
the
to,
roll?
if you want to roll it to if you want to add it to your to hit,
Yes.
yeah, it's before you tell me the number.
Okay, so don't say anything. I think I'll use it. Yeah. Is it a D6?
I
I think you made it to a D8.
I think it's a D8.
Yeah, because now that you guys are higher level.
That's okay.
Raise the
So
power.
that's-
What level are you? I know that this encounter is fine. Yeah, this is fine.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. So that is a 14 plus a 7. So that's 20 something.
Hits.
Yay! Are there conscious
There's
people?
totally conscious people in melee range.
I believe
Thanks to
you.
inspiration.
Both Glamzin and Zin.
Yay!
Maybe chat crew can run in some medical supplies.
That might be
Okay.
needed next session. I think you guys are going to.
I have not been adding my damage bonus to my attack rolls
Well,
this
do it-
entire fight.
What?
Do it to this one.
Yeah, so 10, 12, 14, 18.
18.
18 damage.
You've got damage bonuses? What world do you hail from?
Villains?
All right.
I should probably remember those too.
Yeah.
They're so
Flash.
advanced.
give me that beautiful death save.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is like
Glamzin.
Yeah, so this guy has a vulnerable neck. Has the neck reopened?
No, it's still closed.
All right. So I wanna get up to its head and just jam
right.
Quill into its deep into its gullet
You're
as many
going to
times
try
as
to
I can.
climb it?
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
I will give you an acrobatics check of 18.
Nice. Go ahead and take that attack roll
All
with
right.
the +2 again.
All right. I'm spending my inspiration on this.
Nice.
Not that I needed to.
well, then you don't have to.
Yeah, I know this isn't the rules as written, but we're a little extra nice
Yeah. Okay.
with inspiration. You can choose to use it after you see your roll.
All right.
So your first one's a hit.
My first one's a hit. And I am going to remember that I've got fighting style dueling here. So I get
you
plus
actually
two-
do an
so I
extra
have
damage.
2 extra damage
Yep.
to the thing. So that is going to be 3 plus my strength plus the 2. So that's 5. That is 8.
Yep.
Yep. And then
Attack number 2.
extra attack number 1 is 13 plus the
Yeah,
stuff.
that hits.
That's the same number that hits. And the damage roll is puny, or same thing I rolled before. 8 minus 2 is 6.
6 is exactly its hit points.
Hooray!
Right before it was about to go again.
I saved the day
You
again!
drive Quill into its neck. The first one just sort of weakens a spot in the armor, and your next strike drives straight through its neck. You can see it was rearing up to spit acid again, and then down its gullet you see the sword appear through its throat, inside its mouth,
Hopefully it's not
and it
coming out of
collapses.
That's cool, disgusting.
me. Then does it explode into acid
No,
again?
you guys are
Right, and then
So everyone stabilizes. The fight is over.
the beast is yours.
Well, cool. Good job, everyone.
Wait,
great,
so I'm
great,
conscious
great
again?
job.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
that was
barely.
easy.
but barely.
I would love to take a cat nap on this catwalk because
That's
this
dynamite.
feline is tuckered out.
That's dynamite and metal.
That's dynamite and metal. I'm just saying.
But as you guys are sort of licking your wounds and congratulating each other and whatever celebration you can muster, the little Pyrrhic victory you had there, it's still coming.
The ting ting thing. The ting ting thing. I swear it's just like this.
We'll keep moving. We'll just keep moving. We'll eventually be out of this place, and we won't have to worry about it.
It's getting much closer.
Let's keep going.
I think,
Faster.
I think we should back up. We should
Yeah,
regroup to the
yeah.
city, heal our wounds.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
it's
that's
coming
where
closer.
we're trying to go, right?
And as you're arguing about
You're
the
going
plan,
deeper into this.
Presumably, we're
Uh,
arguing as we're walking.
as you're
right?
arguing about the plan, around a corner, you see a dodecahedron made of metal rolling as clumsily as it can
What?
down the catwalk towards you.
Does
Well-
it have
Hey, another navigator!
I mean, kind of.
Hey, it's a component.
How big
Oh,
is
wait.
it?
It's, I guess, baseball size. It looks like at one point it might have been about 2 feet across, but it's definitely smaller now.
Okay.
No, this one is actually bigger because it's making that heavy clanking sound. It is about 2 feet across. This dodecahedron roll, it's almost as tall as you.
Okay, does it have numbers written on it?
No,
Okay.
no numbers written on it.
Alright.
Just solid metal sides clanging as it rolls towards you.
Interesting.
Dibs.
And it comes up to you
Okay.
and stops.
Whoa.
You hear a voice. Component found.
Wait, what?
Component found. You carry component.
Yeah, wait a
Scans
minute.
reveal component.
Hey, navigator.
Yes, pilot?
Is this the component?
You found the component.
More like you found us, but that's fine.
Component, identify yourself. And the component says, I am Scanner.
That sounds useful.
You are registered crew.
Uh-huh.
You have navigator.
Yep.
At what stage is the protocol?
2?
Records updated.
Okay. Do
Get
you
in the
wanna... no. One of
Into the
you...
pack. Eat the rocks.
Front,
Pick
Front
it
gets
up.
to carry this one.
Yeah.
I'm super fascinated by it too, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
That's nice.
It's surprisingly light, even though it was
Okay.
making that heavy sound as it dropped. Like
Like
you get this sense
maybe there's
it
a
was
smaller thing
I-
inside of it. That's just that's
Shaking around.
It's a babushka cube or whatever.
Okay.
So I think we take this thing back to the ship, huh?
Do we have a ship?
Hey,
Do
chat
we?
crew,
That's a good question.
let's get that full update now. Where did we land?
Alright, so we followed what we think was instructions to the navigator, but we only found like a surface. We're like we think we're directly above you,
Oh.
and so we're not exactly sure how to get to that
In
part.
the
Oh, chat crew went on a journey.
Uh-oh.
Chat crew didn't stay with the ship.
Uh-oh.
No, they're in the ship. They
Oh,
actually
you
moved.
oh
They
you got
flew
you
away.
you flew
We were
up.
basically we were following a pointer, but we just saw flat ground and stuff, and so we think we're directly above you.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. So we'll chat.
Well-
We'll chat about what you guys might be seeing up there, and
Yeah.
we'll get a good description of that ready for you guys for next session. We'll see where we go from here.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Because,
That-
as Genji says, it's 11:45. Wait, there. As Genji says, it's 11:45.
It's.
Is that working?
Let's check.
I don't understand what's happening.
You don't understand what's happening, right? Okay.
He's
Yeah, see?
Pointing towards the chat.
where
Okay.
That's where chat would be.
Chat log would be.
Yeah,
on the other
chat's
side.
over.
We're really good at that.
You're really good at that. Hey,
Expert streamers.
I was going to say, we're honing as we go.
Yeah, see, Tracy and Matt need to be the ones to actually point to chat, I think.
Yeah.
Well, because when you point
It's
at
right
it,
there.
It's
All
directly next to it. We
Okay.
can get a little wave going, like.
I know that's why I try to do like the Brady Bunch. That's why when you talk, I try to look like this.
Oh, I see. Because I
so
should
you're
actually.
looking-
You're the
I already
funniest guy,
do
DM.
look down on you, but I should physically.
You should. I
So
say
you're-
like the Brady's in their little squares.
That makes sense. All right.
Don't
So
talk to our faces. Talk to our characters.
Yeah, Dr. Max, but as you know,
I can respect that.
by the way, you have a bag of holding, right?
I do.
Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that in character. I'm saying it because, like, when you're just like, yes.
He should have gone into the bag.
I think this is cute.
Copious bag.
It's good with
Where's
it. I
Statue
would rather
from?
hold it.
Where's
That's-
Statue
Oh,
from?
no!
He's Junior.
He stayed on
Where's
the ship.
Junior?
He's on the ship.
He stayed on the ship.
It was a
Okay.
little too dangerous.
This is a weird,
Yeah.
yeah. We had enough trouble getting him back in after the weird journey in Brasaira. That so.
He's been crying since you left. It's been
No.
really weird.
Junior.
It learned how to cry.
Yeah, it's canon now. Statue friend cries.
Oh, that's the only emotion he knows.
He's pretty empathetic.
So, Scanner, you get the sense it's looking up at you. Like whatever face you're looking at is now maybe its face. You're getting some kind of empathy from it. Maybe similar to what you feel from Statue Friend. It says, "What role do you serve?"
Oh, bosun. Yeah, bosun. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Link established. Bosun, I am your scanner.
Hey, Scanner. I'm your bosun.
There are several incursions that are making home port unsustainable. Incursions must be closed.
Agreed.
I will identify them for you.
This thing's great.
Yeah,
It's
I like
almost like a quest. Will you pop them up on our heads-up display?
I might.
Maybe on a small version of a map?
Maybe.
Excellent.
How meta can we get? All right.
Pretty
So
meta.
Scanner says, I will update your display. And so you guys see this from the outside, but what you see is, whereas Navigator was placing one little bit of fairy fire around your eyes, the display lights up. And there are deep reds and dark purples that are ominous, but you don't know what they represent. And you can see shapes forming of stone towers, and the lights inside them make them look like they're on fire from the inside.
This is a little much, Scanner.
And we're going to leave it there for next session.
Cool. Right
Give
on.
Scanner a little kiss.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jared. That was awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Chat crew, I mean, we've got like 10 minutes before we're going to totally disappear.
Oh,
Talk to us about how you felt about chat crew quests. What worked? What do you guys wish you could have done? Did it feel okay? Was it
Genshi's
totally
making me feel
unstructured
bad
chaos?
saying that we've already done 53 hours of content.
Oh, that's probably right.
I've had to hang out with you guys for 53 hours.
Thank you for doing it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's true. I'm done.
Yeah, that's
All right.
6 more
You
hours.
know what?
Point, never mind.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
We got some feedback. Wicked said it was so much fun.
Wonderful.
I think it worked a lot, especially in the complete mess that was.
That was classic.
I mean,
That was
a lot of people lost their wallets. George Bot got arrested. Bruce had an Italian adventure. It was really quite nice.
You found Italians?
Well, when I imagined the way he described it was like he was in walking through Italy and discovering vineyards,
Crowded
and
city
farms.
streets. Yeah, except that the vineyards are all mushrooms. It's
Right.
all mushrooms.
Vineyard
Mushards.
What?
Mushards.
Mushards. Yeah.
Mushards. Yeah, perfect.
For, to make spore wine.
Yeah,
Could you
I
like some
will
chips?
say that after that, I could really go for a nice spoonful of wine. just a good scoop.
Just to wash the stems down.
How tall are you? What's your size?
211.
Oh, wow, you and I have a lot in common, I guess.
Glamson and Varys are going to be bestest friends.
Crypto asked if the streams are, you can get them on our YouTube channel or actually on Twitch
They're
right
saved
here.
on Twitch.
Yeah. So however you want to do it.
I posted the link to the YouTube.
But if this is your first time watching, you're joining at the perfect time because this is the beginning of Volume 2. Brand new season, brand new adventures, brand new dangers.
But in fairness, the first season had it.
I mean, we might as well delete the first season.
Yeah, you might as well. Save the space.
The first season didn't have me, so obviously the better choice.
Just
That's right.
a waste of film.
It really
Just like the
is.
BBC, we're going to film over.
What was hey, chat? Like
Too
what
soon.
could we and by we I mean poor chat DM. What could we have done better? Was there anything that we could have sort of improved on, or do you feel like if we did it again next week, it would be?
If we did it again next week, we're going to do it again next week.
the same way.
Oh yeah.
Right, like so
Yeah.
basically.
if you guys were given those quests, what could we have done better? What's your wish list?
While they wait 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's
right.
So what happened at the very end was, since we had protected the ship and we're just kind of like, oh, what do we do now? We took advantage of the opportunity to clean the ship and kind of turn it into a bar and a viewing area. So the quests become, oh no, we spilled the popcorn. And,
So a little lower stakes.
Little lower stakes.
Maybe the drama dropped.
Right, but it created a lot of opportunities because Bruce he's the Sahaugan cook who's never fought before. And he had to fight to fly the ship out, and so he actually ended up having a kind of a scene where everybody was kind of like, "You doing okay, man?" It's just like making food as a therapy thing for him, and we had way too much food, and so we had to look for a fridge cold box thing in the ship to figure out how to store all the food.
That's perfect. I love that you guys feel like you can improvise around we give you the littlest spark and you guys run with it. That's
Stories
amazing.
over
We
here.
feel so lucky to have you guys in chat.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do experience points maybe too. We talked
Yeah.
about like having a party.
Right.
Yeah, what we're going to try to
sheet.
figure out is you guys might have your own sort of advancement track where you can pick little bonuses and boons. So I think you guys fought off the bats successfully today.
Yeah.
So once we figure out that advancement track, I think we can say you've sort of earned your first skill point to put on that
Yeah,
thing.
that'd be
So we'll try to get that in place for next week.
I'm with Wicked here. I'm assuming that where things will evolve naturally, but obviously we separated at the beginning.
Yeah.
They've gone off and had their story, but we haven't connected again. We haven't felt their impact yet.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon we'll get the impact of their success and failure back in our story.
That is definitely what we want to grow to. This was sort of like a test run to see how we could even manage you guys doing things, and the nice thing is that worked. So this little hint of what's going to come next week and in all the future weeks is that your quests are going to have benefits that when you complete your quest, that's going to pay off for these guys. So you'll really be helping them out in sort of an indirect or sort of sideways way. You can be reinserted back into the story to help them at key moments. We're going to figure it out. There's enough game designers who know.
So going forward, for somebody hypothetically rewatching the VODs of this, will they be able to see Twitch chat?
I think,
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you
on
watch, if you
Twitch,
watch
yes.
the VODs on Twitch,
Mhm.
you can see times chat, and you can actually insert your own.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
at
really?
those times.
Yeah, it's very
and
crazy.
It says it says that it was inserted later.
It's
but you
disambiguated,
basically,
yeah.
You basically.
All right, so if you're watching us on YouTube, go check us out on Twitch. You can watch us on both.
There's also, I mean, just
Get a monitor,
just
get
for
a screen
folks,
up with
Dual
every
screen,
possible.
right?
there's the Discord. So
Yeah.
like that's
Yes.
where a lot of the live chat has gone to sort of hook up and figure out what their characters are and how they
Yep.
fit into the story. So again, anybody who's interested and wants to hang out on Tuesday nights with us, please go to the Discord.
And that's on the
check it
page just below.
Smash that subscribe.
Bam!
Yeah.
Bam!
It's cool to if you go back
Yeah.
and watching the chat like evolve into their own stories
Yes.
emerging in parallel is like this whole like us giving them a prompt thing is not even strictly necessary.
No.
Shit has been going on in chat world for a while.
It's like the best fungal growths in the underground farms. Am I right?
Yeah.
Warlock 5.
Yeah.
Warlock 3.
Right.
High 3.
Dreams forever.
Awesome. All right. I think we're going to sign off. Thank you so much, Internet people. Thank you so much,
Yeah, thanks,
players. Thank you, Chat
Thanks to you
DM.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next
See you next week.
Yes.